High school football tradition in Beaver County lives right here on Beaver County Radio.
It is complete to John Lucas at the 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown!
Snap is good. It is down. The kick is up and good.
He's got room. 10-5 touchdown! You better believe it.
Today's game coverage is being brought to you by Dr. C. Timothy Lipp, Beaver County Career Technology Center, the Community College of Beaver County, Electric Garage Door Sales, Falcone's Moon Township Ford, the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority, Friendly Federal Credit Union, Heritage Valley Health System, Fry Transportation, Medic Rescue, Keystone Wellness Programs, Drug Free Aliquippa, the law firm of Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George, and the Lockwood Insurance Agency, among others. Now get ready because we're about to get kicking off on Beaver County Radio, Facebook Live, and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
This is the Trib Live High School Sports Network, the official streaming partner of the WPIAL, featuring exclusive coverage of all playoffs and championships. Stretching across 10 counties, 2,000 broadcasts a year, live and forever archived. Trib, hssn.triblive.com.
On a overcast but very comfortable evening here up on College Hill and Reeves Field, and it's a showdown game. Beaver Falls beat New Brighton last week in the battle for the Little Brown Jug on WBVP and the new 99.3 FM presented by St. Barnabas. But tonight, it's even a bigger game because Beaver Falls takes on one of the top two teams in the conference, the Mohawk Warriors, overall 4-2, but 3-0 in the conference. With Jim Equals, I'm Bob Barrick, been also on site helping with the broadcast tonight. Curtis Walsh and Gavin Reese and Malik Garrett producing from the studio, and Malik and Jason Colangelo will have the Falcones Ford Moon Township Ford wrap-up show tonight, and Jason's joining Mike Azadian as Fort Cherry battles Rochester in a big game in the Big 7. Both games kick off at 7 o'clock. Jim, when the season started at the end of August, I would have never ventured to guess that a Beaver Falls Mohawk game in the 7th week of the season would be a showdown game. Mohawk started off 1-2. They lost by 3 touchdowns to Class A Union. Then a couple weeks later, they lost to Single A Rochester. Now, those two teams have turned out to be pretty good, but still, Mohawk caught fire, and the big win that made some resonance throughout the WPIL, their touchdown win over previously undefeated Neshannock.
Yeah, you said it perfectly. Just that was a statement win for Mohawk, and again, and that really sets the stage for tonight, giving Beaver Falls a chance to make a statement against a very good Mohawk program.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Mohawk has caught fire. They come off a 37-0 win over Riverside, and they have dominated most of their opponents as of late, even though they had a squeaker over New Brighton 2 weeks ago, winning 28-26, and that 2-point conversion that did not go New Brighton's way. You never know if that could cost them a playoff berth down the road. But back to this one, Mohawk coming in at 4-2, but 3-0, tied with Laurel for first place. Beaver Falls, after dropping their first 3 games against good competition, Blackhawk, Aliquippa, both in 4A, and Laurel right now looking like a team that could go to Heinz Field the way they're playing right now. Beaver Falls, though, has rebounded. They're 2-1 in the conference. If they win tonight, they could be tied for first. Probably would still be in second place, but a lot better than it was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and when you look at Beaver Falls in those early season losses, they were still putting up some offense in those games. I mean, they put 25 points on the board against Aliquippa, a very good Aliquippa team. And to put that in perspective, the other 4 teams that Aliquippa has faced this year have combined for 28 points. So Beaver Falls as a team, that's a pretty impressive number to put up against Aliquippa. So They have had the offense, and I think now their defense is starting to catch up with them. Now they're going to get on that winning track.
And the complexion of Beaver Falls' offense has changed considerably. Last year, they basically relied on Josh Huff, who's now at Syracuse. Shalik Livingston was a good complement in the backfield. Tyler Jones was another good senior back, but they all picked up their diplomas. Now they're going to more of a spread, and their big weapons are on the outside. We had Trey Singleton as one of our guests at the Coach's Corner, along with head coach Nick Nardone on Wednesday night. And then you have Quadir Thomas. He could be explosive. Mekai Clark, another explosive weapon, had a couple touchdowns last week. And then you have Quadir Thomas. So they have enough bodies to spread the football around. And if they could get a little bit of running, and that's where Isaiah Ashbacher comes in. If they could be a threat, I know that their bread and butter this year seems to be, Jim, getting it in the air, getting it into the skilled hands of guys like Singleton and Thomas and Clark.
And right, and I think every coach is going to tell you they're going to play to their strengths. Last year they had two of the best running backs in the WPIL, so they ran the football. This year, obviously, with Jaron Brickner coming back and what he's been able to do through the air, three great receivers. He really doesn't have that one guy he goes to. He can mix up to really any receiver. So I think they just kind of changed their game plan this year based on their talent and what they had. So they have a really good quarterback, three really good receivers, unproven running back. So they kind of changed their offense around to more of a spread and more of an air attack.
Well, last week, though, Mark Conti of the Mohawk Warriors scored 4 touchdowns, 3 of them in the air, and he had 1 on the ground. But he's basically a receiver. He has 21 receptions coming into the night, whereas Singleton's the leading receiver for Beaver Falls at 14. But they have a solid running back, A.J. Carnucci. Carnucci comes in with 244 yards. So these offenses, they could keep you honest running the ball, but it seems like the passing game has gotten these teams to where they are offensively. And defensively, what can you say? Mohawk, after struggling early on in that department, giving up 19.2. Beaver Falls, a good number at 25-4, but a lot of that was in the first 3 weeks when they stepped up in class and might have played the class of the MAC in Laurel.
Yeah, and when you look at both these teams, they both are really very similar as far as the quarterback is what makes both these teams go. Obviously we talked about Jaron Brickner, what he does for Beaver Falls. John Voss has been a great quarterback this season for Mohawk, both through the air and running the ball. He's also rushed for 227 yards. So he is really the straw that stirs the drink for Mohawk as well.
No doubt about it. We got a big one tonight. Conference unbeaten Mohawk against Beaver Falls with that 1 loss, trying to at least get in a tie for second place tonight. And we'll be back with more of our Beaver County Career and Technology pregame show. We'll look at the game on WNBA, plus all the other games that Malik Garrett will be checking from the Fry Transportation Update deck. We'll take this time out for Beaver County Radio, Trib Live Sports, and on our Facebook Live page. We'll be right back on Beaver County Radio.
In sports broadcast, the pregame show will set the stage for the upcoming game coverage. In life, a pre-career start at the Beaver County Career Technology Center can set up your high school student for life. Did you know that graduates are making substantial wages, some over 6 figures? This is possible without student loan debt. It's true. With more, here's Beaver County CTC Administrative Director David Whitez.
This is David Whitez, Administrative Director at the Beaver County Career and Technology Center. BC CTC is proud to play a part in the new industrial boom in Beaver County. The training we provide for our students enables them to land outstanding and, quite frankly, lucrative careers in the trades, and has changed Beaver County in a very positive way, all at the same time.
Let the Beaver County CTC open doors for you in the game of life. Click bcctc.org.
There's something for everybody this semester at CCBC. Whether you're leveling up a career or launching a new life, CCBC has got you covered. In fact, CCBC is straight to you. Your local library is now a CCBC classroom. Build career skills and earn college credit right in your backyard. Check out credit and non-credit classes starting in the near future. Click ccbc.edu/fall for more information. Right place, right time. CCBC is right where you need them this fall.
When you're a superhero, you got big responsibilities. This is the Aquaman of Beaver County, Jim Riggio from the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority. The Aquamen and Aquawomen of the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority really do look after the needs of the community. The service we provide really is super, and the dedication of our workers can only be described as heroic. We just don't always wear spandex suits and capes. This is the Aquaman of Beaver County, and I'll keep the water on for you. Click bfwater.net.
You're listening to high school football on Beaver County Radio. This game is being brought to you in part by Dr. C. Timothy Lip, clicklipdentistry.com, the Beaver County Career Technology Center, the Community College of Beaver County, Electric Garage Door Sales, and Falcone's Moon Township Ford, among others. Stay right where you are because the play is coming your way next here on Beaver County Radio.
And our Beaver County Career and Technology Center pregame show continues from College Hill as the Beaver Falls Fighting Tiger marching band out on the field to entertain tonight. And it's homecoming night here at Reeves Stadium. And Jim, I know that the old axiom is schedule a patsy on homecoming night. Well, if that was the intention, and maybe at the beginning of the year when they looked at Mohawk, homecoming, okay, we should be okay tonight. Well, they threw a curveball, the Mohawk Warriors, because they're the team right now that's ahead at Beaver Falls in the standings.
Absolutely. Beaver Falls is in for a battle tonight, and this is going to be a great game, I think, for everybody in the stands and for everybody on BVP Radio as well.
Definitely the case, and both of these teams coming in on the upside. Mohawk has won 3 straight. Beaver Falls has won their last 2. And Mohawk, I just looked, they play Laurel next week at Bessemer at Mohawk High School. I'm sure Beaver Falls is thinking, maybe they're looking ahead to the showdown in Lawrence County, but I think head coach Tim McCutcheon of Mohawk saying, we're not good enough. We got to be a good team on their field tonight.
Right. Historically, Beaver Falls is one of the best teams in the state, really. People all over the country know who Beaver Falls is, so you cannot look past the Tigers at all.
All right, let's look at some of the other games going on. Fort Cherry at Rochester. Fort Cherry beat them in McDonald last year. Rochester starting to get a little bit healthier. Sal Lurie's been making some big name for himself. J.D. Azulay, who's relieved Parker Lyons at quarterback because Parker's out for the season. And Denny Robinson, who's, I guess, been nursing a hamstring situation, trying to get better and better, and boy, that would make your ground attack really good. I think we got a good one tonight at Rochester Stadium.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Rochester, again, it's one of those programs. They were down for a little bit, but they came back in a big way, and they are just as powerful as they've ever been.
Moon at Peters Township. What a story. Moon might be maybe the story in the WPIL. Ryan Lynn has this team undefeated, ranked number 1 in 5A. There was nothing. Yeah, they've been in the playoffs recently, but there was nothing early on to suggest that they were going to have this kind of a season coming into Week 7.
And it's really amazing, old school football too. So many of the teams have gone to those spread offenses and just throwing the ball all over the field. Moon is run, and just 4 yards in a cloud of dust.
All right, another one in 5A tonight. Upper St. Clair at West Allegheny. The Indians could use a win against USC. In 4A, Aliquippa at Chartiers Valley. We know all about Aliquippa. Their only loss is to undefeated and number 1 ranked in the state, Central Valley in 3A. But this Chartiers Valley club, which beat Blackhawk last week on the road, this is a team that you can't take lightly, and I'm sure Mike Warfield's making that clear to his troops.
Yeah, I think so. And it's going to tell a lot about Char Valley tonight. Last year when these two teams were set to play, there was a lot of hype going into the game, and Aliquippa blew them out. It's going to be interesting to see whether they learn their lesson from last year and what they're up against with Aliquippa.
This is going to be a game for positioning in the Parkway. Blackhawk and Montour, two teams that lost last week. This is a big one in Robinson Township. The only 7:30 game, Newcastle at Beaver. I think Newcastle's a pretty good club. We didn't see that, or we just saw too much of Central Valley a couple weeks ago. And Beaver really needs a win after getting spanked last week by Aliquippa. This is a game that the Bobcats need to protect on their home turf.
Yeah, absolutely. It's hard to say what you're going to get from Newcastle. When we saw them against Central Valley 2 weeks ago, the first quarter, it looked like they were going to hang the rest of the game and maybe lay a loss on Central Valley, but then the roof fell in and Central Valley blew them out. But Newcastle, they are a good team. But like you say, Beaver really does have to regroup after last week and the earlier loss to Western Beaver, and they really have to turn things around.
Central Valley's looking for its 19th in a row at Dormont tonight against Keystone Oaks. Hopewell at Quaker Valley. The Vikings haven't won yet. The Quakers haven't won in the conference, even though they just started last week in the Northwestern 6. This game, though, you get the feeling it's a must for Hopewell because people know that between Hopewell, Ambridge, and Quaker Valley, one of those three are guaranteed of getting to the playoffs. Ambridge took care of business beating the Vikes last week. Hopewell's got to go on the road. If they lose tonight, they're really in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. That's really a tough situation for all those teams. You know that you're playing in a really tough conference, and you're playing to get into the playoffs, obviously, but you're also going to be fodder for the number one seed most likely when you do reach the playoffs.
Avonworth at Ambridge. Well, Sherman McBride got his first win as a head coach last week. The competition obviously is going to be tougher tonight against Avonworth, but the last time I heard, they said they will show up at the Mo this evening.
Yeah, really happy for Sherman McBride, and we've both known him for a lot of years, and even as a player back in Aliquippa, so it's really nice to see him get that big win for Ambridge. And like you say, he's really trying to turn things around, and they'll show up tonight. So.
New Brighton has a tough travel tonight. They have to go to co-leader Laurel. Freedom is at Elwood City. It's been a long losing streak for the Wolverines. Something tells me they're going to keep it interesting tonight against the Bulldogs. Riverside looking for its first win under their new head coach, Fran Ramsden. At Neshannock, a very tough test without question. Southside visits Carleton. Our Lady of the Sacred Heart at Union. We'll also give you some baseball scores, couple high school games tomorrow, and of course Geneva at Grove City. That'll be a 1:30 airtime, 2 o'clock kickoff. We'll take this time out. We're about 10 minutes away from game time as our Beaver County Career and Technology Center pregame continues on Beaver County Radio and Trib Live Sports.
How can I help my child to make positive choices?
Start with a conversation. Start making the difference.
Beaver County Parents, is your child between the ages of 10 and 14? If so, Keystone Wellness Programs is offering the Strengthening Families program in your area. This free program is designed for families to have fun together while learning ways to promote family bonding and communications. For more information about upcoming sessions near you, visit KeystoneWellnessPrograms.org.
Paid for with PA taxpayer dollars.
In order to call the right play, you have to be able to communicate. Dental hygiene not only affects appearance and eating habits, it can also have an impact on your ability to speak clearly. Dr. C. Timothy Lipp wants you to keep your teeth in the game, and he has a playbook designed for success so that you can call the right play or even call an audible. Get suited up for a win, or at least a winning smile, by joining Dr. C. Timothy Lipp's team in Beaver Falls or Robinson Township. Visit lipdentistry.com.
Believe it or not, you can celebrate an international occasion without leaving Beaver County. This is Cindy Hiladio from Friendly Federal Credit Union. That's right, we are celebrating International Credit Union Day on October 21st. Come in and find out why credit unions have played such an important role in providing financial services locally and around the world. Meet me and my friendly staff. Click friendlyfcu.org or follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
Navigating healthcare should be easy. Heritage Valley Medical Neighborhoods offer the care you need most in one convenient location. Access walk-in clinics, primary care, lab, diagnostic imaging, and other services at one of Heritage Valley's 7 medical neighborhoods. There's no need to travel far for quality healthcare. Find a medical neighborhood near you at heritagevalley.org. Heritage Valley and you, uniquely connected for life. In Beaver County, there are many great stories to tell. One such worthy story is that of the Drug-Free Community Support Program. Now in its 4th year of serving Aliquippa, the project has enjoyed great success through in-school interaction, education, raising awareness, and data analysis. The Drug-Free Community Support Program in Aliquippa has a mission to help local youth make better decisions regarding alcohol and drug use. For more information or to find out how you can get involved, visit Drug-Free Aliquippa on Facebook.
And we continue our pregame, always brought to you by Beaver County Career and Technology Center. And with Jim Equals, I'm Bob Barrickman. And as always, Jim Carbone, the outstanding athletic director at Beaver Falls, has given us the lineup. So let's look at the starting offense for Beaver Falls. The tight end, Tyler Kane. Anthony Kauser is one guard. Damian Lee will man the other guard position. Thomas Tutwiler and Samori McCoy will be the tackles. Connor Palucci is the center tonight. The junior, Jaron Brickner, will be behind center. Isaiah Ashbacher and Quentin Adamson expected to be in the backfield. Quadir Thomas, Trey Singleton, and Mekai Clark, a three-headed sword at receiver for the Beaver Falls Fighting Tigers. And most of the players do play defense as well for these Tigers. Of head coach Nick Nardone, now in his 5th year, 30-18 as a head coach. He was the defensive coordinator for the 2016 state champions, and he won his first WPIL championship as a head coach a season ago. Mohawk, on the other hand, 7th year for Tim McCutcheon. Now, the wins haven't been too frequent in those first 6 years, 22-40, but it's been a breakout year for Mohawk this time around. 4-2, if they win tonight, they're guaranteed of a non-losing season, and that would give the folks in Bessemer something to go on. But they're looking for bigger and better things. They don't want to just settle for a winning season. They're thinking, hey, why not us? Why can't we win this whole thing?
Yeah, absolutely. And we've talked before about the Lawrence County schools, how much they've improved over the years, and I think Mohawk, just by playing some of the schools up there, just gotten better and better. It's a big opportunity for them tonight against Beaver Falls. They haven't beaten the Tigers since 2000. That's the last time that they beat Beaver Falls. And in the last 8 years, Beaver Falls has outscored them 374-69. So they haven't had a lot of success against Beaver Falls, but the way their season is going so far, I think you're going to put up a big battle tonight, and they have a really chance to make a statement tonight against the Tigers.
Yeah, last year Beaver Falls, on their way to the MAC title and the WPIL championship, defeated Mohawk 49-14. Now Mohawk finished 1-6 in a COVID-shortened season. Obviously did not go to the playoffs. The Warriors have never reached the WPIL championship game, so obviously I know there's a lot of football, and they know that too. But boy, I'll tell you, Beaver Falls with a win would at least be tied for 2nd place, and if they get any help from their arch rivals in New Brighton, they could be tied for 1st. But first things first, you got to take care of business. And this Mohawk club, if you look at their numbers, they don't wow you. They're averaging 19.5 offensively, but 19.2 defensively. But they struggled early on. They were 1-2, and it looked like it was going to be a typical Mohawk struggle. But boy, did they right the ship, and that win over Neshannock is still sounding pretty good for Warrior fans and really throughout the WPIL.
Yeah, and that's really what Beaver Falls needs to focus on, the fact that even though they've had so much success against Mohawk over the years, this is a different Mohawk team this year, and as stated by that win over Neshannock, that's a huge win for Mohawk. So Beaver Falls cannot look past them tonight.
Baseball playoffs going on. Houston beats the Chicago White Sox again 9-4. The Astros lead that series 2-0. Atlanta, Milwaukee were scoreless in the fifth. Games tonight, Boston at Tampa Bay. The Rays lead that series 1-0, and the Dodgers open with San Francisco out in Candlestick. Well, not Candlestick, but whatever they call that stadium now. It's a beautiful ballpark. I've been there before, Jim, and boy, that's not going to be a war. 2 100-plus win teams.
Yeah, that's amazing. We're not used to seeing that in these parts, but yeah, it's going to be a great series between two great programs.
All right, and I think we have two pretty good programs here tonight. It's Mohawk against Beaver Falls. The Fighting Tiger Marching Band is out on the field. Let's introduce the officials for you tonight. The referee is Darren Tadala. The umpire is Michael Widrich. George Myford is the linesman. The line judge tonight is Scott Whipke. The back judge is William Kennedy. And the side judge is Kirk Jessup. Mohawk coming in here with a record of 4-2 overall, 3-0 inside the MAC, and most recently has defeated Riverside 37-0 as Conti had 4 touchdowns, 3 of them receiving. They also got an 85-yard touchdown run by Justin Boston. Beaver Falls, on the other hand, had a number of weapons. Isaiah Ashbacher, 69-yard touchdown run last week in the win over New Brighton. Mekhi Clark, he had 2 touchdowns receiving. Trey Singleton, who was our CCBC player of the game for Beaver Falls, had a 43-yard touchdown reception. The team forced 5 turnovers, and when you could do that, your chances of winning are pretty good, and they had things pretty much their own way. It was close for a while last Friday night at Oak Hill, but Beaver Falls cemented itself in that second half and kind of won going away.
Yeah, you point out the 5 turnovers, and that's huge right there. You know, no matter how good the offense is for Beaver Falls, how much they can, how many points they can put on the board, you have to play defense, especially in Western Pennsylvania, and they did last week.
All right, we'll take our final timeout. Kickoff is coming up in 2 on Beaver County Radio and Trib Live Sports.
Listening to live sports on the radio in Beaver County is a tradition. This is Craig Fontana from Moon Township Ford, and I ought to know. My dad, Bill Fontana, has called games for over 50 years. Beaver County people know a good call when they hear one, and the best call you can make is to buy your next new or used vehicle at Moon Township Ford. Click moontownshipford.net or visit Moon Township Ford on University Boulevard.
Falcone's Moon Township Ford, where friends send friends.
I just love my Tyler Mountain Waterman.
That's something I hear all the time. This is Stefan Sasek from Tri-State Waters. I'm the guy that is out and about delivering that Tyler Mountain 100% natural spring water. I'm everywhere from New Brighton to Old Economy. Tri-State Waters delivers, and I'm the one driving the truck. From Beaver to Raccoon Township, I'm the waterman they love and the waterman that delivers. We even go to Poland, well, Ohio that is. If you need home or office delivery, call today and ask for Stefan, 724-774-4644.
Hi, this is Bob Barrickman here for Fry Transportation. When it comes to school buses in Beaver County, it sure is hard not to notice the shiny Fry Transportation fleet. Fry Transportation has been a local family-owned Beaver County business for over 30 years. As any successful football team must be dependable and reliable, these same qualities have made Fry Transportation a champion operation. Best wishes to all local teams and safe travels to the gridirons this season. From your friends at Fry Transportation. they'll be headed up toward their home, the north end zone, and we are ready for football, Jim Equals.
Yeah, anxious to see this game and anxious to see Beaver Falls on defense. You know, Tyler Kane's going to kick it off, but he's also quite a linebacker for Beaver Falls. 6'2", 220 pounds. That's a pretty big size for a linebacker, and he does some damage. He's a 4-year letterman, and he's really done some good things over the last 3 seasons.
Kane's kick, and it's fielded at about the 15-yard line by number 15, and it might be a tackle by number 15. Returning the kickoff for Mohawk was Mark Conti, and Conti gets it out past the 30-yard line, about a 17-yard return. Mohawk will move from right to left, starting at their own 32.
Yeah, it looked like there was going to be a seam there for a second, but Beaver Falls collapsed on him very quickly and brought him down after a 17-yard gain.
So Mohawk's offense starting at the 32. Their quarterback is J.C. Voss, a senior, good size, 6'1", 215. And the Warriors will go into the shotgun immediately. This time on first down, and there's nothing there. Getting the call was A.J. Carnucci, but Beaver Falls was there willing and waiting, and I believe the first one to make contact was Isaiah Ashbacher. It'll be second down and a loss of 2.
Yeah, big hit right there by Ashbacher. Just met him right at the line of scrimmage and drove him back.
So Mohawk looking at second down and 12. Voss in the gun. Man in motion to the right. They have 2 receivers to the right, nothing to the left. Now on the end around and looking for some room, turning it upfield and breaking a tackle, getting it out past the 35 to about the 36-yard line. That's going to leave them about, maybe 7 short. They'll say his knee touched at the 35-yard line. They need 7 on third down.
Yeah, Beaver Falls did a nice job spreading that out, but again, Voss found a seam, turned it upfield, made a nice gain, made something out of nothing.
So the Warriors come up to the line of scrimmage. They're averaging about 19.5 points offensively, and Beaver Falls on the other side giving up about 25, and we have a whistle. And the pass is incomplete. They tried to get the football into the hands of the receiver and Joe Reed. It goes incomplete, and Mohawk goes 3 and out.
Yeah, Voss got rid of the ball a little quick, and Reed hadn't even turned around yet, and the ball was already coming, so just a little miscommunication.
So the Warriors have to punt. A good start for the Beaver Falls defense. And the snap and the punt, high, but not a lot of distance, but it's going to angle away. But picking it up is Singleton on the bounce. Singleton looking for some room. He breaks a tackle, gets to the far side. He's at the 45 to 50, the 45 to 40. He's still on the loose, 30, 25, cuts inside 20, 10, and he's down to the 4-yard line. What a return by Trey Singleton. And Beaver Falls will have a first and goal at the 4-yard line. Saving the touchdown was Joe Reed of Mohawk, but it's first and goal, Beaver Falls at the 3.
Yeah, if you're Beaver Falls, that's exactly the start you want. You make a big 3-and-out statement on defense, then the big punt return sets the table, and they are at the 3-yard line, yes. And so, yeah, exactly the way Beaver Falls wants to start this football game. So
Jaron Brickner, the junior quarterback, given a great field thanks to the electrifying return by Richard, better known as Trey Singleton. Now, Nakai Clark to the left. And to the right, it's Singleton. In the gun goes Brickner. Brickner will roll. Brickner trying to get into the end zone. He sneaks in for the touchdown on the keeper off the left side, and it wasted no time at all. 10:07 to go in the first quarter, and Beaver Falls has a 6-0 lead.
Yeah, Brickner was keeping the whole way, and again, just took the snap, followed the running back through the left side, and boom, into the end zone. Quick lead for Beaver Falls.
So when you have a punt return, it takes you to the 3. It makes your mission a lot easier. And thanks to Trey Singleton, and now Kane will attempt the extra point. The holder for Beaver Falls is Brickner, and the kick is up, and it is good. So a good start all the way around for the Fighting Tigers, chasing Mohawk in the Midwestern Athletic Conference. We'll take a minute timeout. It's Beaver Falls 7, Mohawk nothing on Beaver County Radio and Trib Live Sports.
Did you know there's a grocery store in your phone? How about wandering through the dog food aisle in your pajamas? Well, it's possible when you click GroceryStoreNewBrighton.com. Whether it's doing your weekly grocery run or picking up a few items on the way home from work, fill your order from Fisher's New Brighton Foodland from the convenience of your phone or computer. What could be better? Visit GroceryStoreNewBrighton.com for quick and easy pickup later at Fisher's New Brighton Foodland.
Have peace of mind that when an emergency strikes, we'll be there. That's why a Medic Rescue membership is so important. Medic Rescue has been Beaver County's #1 provider of emergency medical care and transport services for over 40 years. Our trained paramedics and emergency medical technicians are knowledgeable, experienced, and can evaluate emergencies quickly and accurately so that you get the life-saving care you need. Get the comfort that comes with a Medic Rescue membership. Call today, 724-728-3621. Medic Rescue, caring for our community.
And on the return is Conti, and he's able to get to the far side. He took it at his 10, gets it out past the 30-yard line. So Conti, who had 4 touchdowns last week, and Mohawk will start in about the same vicinity as their first drive, which went nowhere. They were 3 and out, and Beaver Falls had the 68-yard punt return. Jim Equals keeping that number for us. Thanks, Jim. And then the ensuing snap, the first of the game for Beaver Falls. Brickner takes it into the end zone, and it's 7-0 Beaver Falls.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Mohawk responds after that really poor start.
This time the inside handoff, and there's a loose football. Beaver Falls thinks they have it, and they do! The Fighting Tigers have recovered it, and everything's going wrong for Mohawk, and it was Connor Palucci on the recovery, and Beaver Falls will start with a 7-0 lead at the Mohawk 33.
And Beaver Falls, again, just everything's going right for Beaver Falls, and now you got to take advantage of these mistakes. They did for the first time. You know, the Mohawk poor drive, and then the big special teams play. Beaver Falls is able to capitalize. They need to capitalize again to really put this, really take a big lead early.
A lot of football to go, but Mohawk is on a big stage tonight, and right now the Warriors are struggling, and the Fighting Tigers looking for its second score. Brickner, the southpaw, and this pass is over the shoulder, caught, touchdown. That is Tyler Kane with the catch for the second time on the first snap. Beaver Falls gets the score, and they lead it 13-0.
A picture-perfect pass, too. I mean, Brickner just threw it right out there over the shoulder. Again, Tyler Kane just had to run right underneath it, hauled it in as he was running into the end zone. Perfect throw, perfect play.
So Beaver Falls with a 33-yard touchdown pass. And now Kane will be on for the extra point to try to make it a 14-0 game. Just 2:14 into this one tonight here at Reeves. Brickner, the holder. Snap. Marker comes in, and this could go against Beaver Falls. It's at least thrown in the Tiger backfield. That's a procedure call, so Tyler Kane will have to try for 5 yards further.
Yeah, if you're Mohawk, you really have to regroup right now. Again, the big special teams there, letting the punt return go for 68 yards. Next play, a fumble, 2 one-play touchdowns for Beaver Falls. Mohawk really has to get it, gather itself, or they're going to be out of this game early.
And that came off with the recovered fumble by Paolucci. So Kane's kick will be for 25 yards after the procedure call. Snap down, kick is up, and this one is no good, off to the left. So that 5 yards proves to be costly. And we will take a minute timeout, but Beaver Falls, 2 plays, 2 touchdowns, and right now they're looking too good. The score, Beaver Falls 13, Mohawk nothing. We'll take this minute break on Beaver County Radio and Trib Live Sports.
The law firm of Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly, and George, keeping promises for over 80 years. Attorney Chuck Garbett.
Well, we tell them, number one, they cannot guarantee the result. All we can guarantee is the effort and an honest evaluation. Not every case goes to court. Most of them settle. There's a reason most of our cases settle out of court, and that's because over the years, the insurance companies have realized that when we're involved in a case, we do prepare that case as if it will go to trial, and we aren't afraid to take a case to trial. The insurance company keeps a book on the lawyers. There's a lot of lawyers out there that yell and scream and they pound their chest and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. But they haven't seen an inside of a courtroom maybe in 30 to 40 years. And the insurance industry knows that. Well, with us, it's a little different.
For your free consultation from the law firm of Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly, and George, call 724-658-8535 or visit them online at lgkg.com.
Connie with another return and a pretty good one. He takes it from his 12, gets it out to the 36, good for 24 yards. And Mohawk will start from their 36. They've had decent field position. They've done nothing with it. A 3 and out and a fumble, 2 snaps for Beaver Falls, 2 touchdowns. It's 13-0, and we've only had a minute 21 go off, or 2:21 go off the clock.
Yeah, Conti's been their only bright spot with 3 kick returns.
This time the inside handoff and getting maybe 2. And that is A.J. Carnucci. And it'll be 2nd down and 8 for Mohawk. Well, this team coming in, even with its surge, still averaging just over 19 points a game. And you get the feeling they're going to need a lot more than that tonight.
Right. And if you're Mohawk right now, the key is not to panic. You know, a lot of coaches, they get down like this and they're going to go to the air. But it's early. You know, there's a lot of time left. You just have to regroup. Stick to your game plan, but you don't want to let things get too far out of the hand, though.
2 receivers to the wide side left, and this time the handoff and getting the call, and that is Carnucci again. He gets to about the 41. They're going to need 5 on 3rd down.
Yeah, Carnucci's a powerful runner. You saw him burst through the line and then break a few tackles, so he can do some good things for Mohawk. And again, I think the big thing for Mohawk too, even though they like to put the ball into the air, they are controlling the clock a little bit. And again, as we've seen, Beaver Falls can really score from anywhere, so just kind of keeping them off the field.
Beaver Falls on a little bit of a homestand. They'll play Freedom here next Friday night at 7. Mohawk will entertain Laurel, and a big one in the MAC. This time on 3rd down, throwing the football in the pass. It is caught. And a 1st down, the first of the night, and hauling it in was Dante Retort. Just a sophomore, and he climbed the ladder, and he gets it in the Beaver Falls territory at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, nice throw, but even better catch. And he kind of, like you say, he had to climb the ladder, and he went up to get that ball and took a chance and get hit, but yeah, brought it down in stride and picked up the yardage. But yeah, great play for Mohawk.
So their 3rd possession, they finally moved the sticks. They're at the Beaver Falls 48. With 7:47 to go in the opening quarter, already 13-0 Beaver Falls. Man in motion, Bowden Leslie. And now rolling right is Conti. And Conti, who took the direct snap from center, he couldn't find much. In fact, he loses 2 to midfield. It's going to be 2nd down and 12.
Yeah, again, just nothing there. Low snap from center. That play really lost it from the very start, and not a lot of room right there for Conti.
If you have just turned on the radio and think you haven't missed anything, well, you've missed 2 touchdowns by Beaver Falls. A 3-yard run by Brickner following an electrifying punt return by Singleton, and then a 33-yard pass to Tyler Kane right after Paolucci recovers a fumble. Now this pass down the field, it's caught. Will it count? It does. Boy, tapping his toenail to get inbounds down near the 30-yard line for Mohawk, and that is a nice reception. And I believe it was Trenton Miller, if I'm not mistaken, who gets the catch, and that's a 1st down at the Beaver Falls 31.
Yeah, 2nd great catch for a Mohawk receiver, and like you say, went up to get it and just toe tapped along the sideline, but nice throw, nice catch.
So Mohawk, good for a 19-yard grab, and Miller able to keep his foot in bounds. Now the inside handoff, and going for a couple inside the 30 is Carnucci. It'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Warriors, trying to get one of those touchdowns back. It's 2nd down at the 29.
Yeah, and Conti actually was the one who threw that last pass, so I don't know whether Voss maybe is injured or something, or whether they're just trying to mix it up, because usually when Conti's in there, he's running the football out of the shotgun, but he threw the last pass. I think he's still in there.
Yeah, he is. In fact, he'll hand the ball off to Carnucci, and nothing there. In fact, they lost a yard back to the 30. They're going to need about 9 on 3rd down, maybe 10.
Yeah, and a big hit. Tyler Kane really made a nice play there and drove him backwards. There was nothing there at all. This Beaver Falls defense is really quick.
So I don't know, Jim, you might be right. Could be maybe Voss is shaken up, or he's looking for a different look. Now, it was a struggle early on, 3 and out and a fumble. Maybe they're just looking for somebody to give this team a spark.
Yeah, it could be.
And now in the gun on 3rd down and 9 goes Conti. Conti looks. Conti passes. This ball is picked off by Beaver Falls. Now they fumble, and Mohawk gets it back. It'll be a 1st down for the Warriors. It was an interception, but then a fumble, and Carnucci recovers for Mohawk. That's an oddity. You had 2 turnovers without a snap of the football in between, but it's going to be Mohawk football, 1st down at the Tiger 41.
And a really nice play by the Mohawk receiver. I didn't see who it was, but again, after the interception, he went on the defensive and came up from behind, knocked that football loose, and really it's a heads-up play. And Carnucci was right there to fall on the ball.
So after the completion or the interception and then the ensuing fumble, Mohawk gets a fresh set of downs at the Tiger 41. Miller in motion for Mohawk. Conti still in the lineup, and this pass is incomplete. Good defense by Beaver Falls. That was Mekhi Clark, and the intended receiver was Bowden Leslie. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, it's interesting with Conti in there behind center. The last 2 passes, obviously the one previous got intercepted, but that one was just could have been picked off as well. So just maybe a little bit of timing off of his receivers, not normally being in there at quarterback.
If we get word about any potential injury to J.C. Voss, we'll certainly pass it along, but as of right now, we don't have nothing that we saw on the field. Now Mohawk has 3 receivers bunched together on the far side. Conti will take off with the football. He breaks a tackle. He'll get about 4, maybe just 3, down to the 38-yard line. They're going to need 7 on 3rd down. The clock at 4:18 left in the first quarter. Beaver Falls leading 13-0.
Yeah, Conti absorbed a big hit and bounced off of it and picked up a few more yards. But, that initial hit, that was a huge hit that he absorbed and really picked up some extra yardage.
Mohawk could already be in 4-down territory. Now in the gun goes Conti. Conti rolls right. He looks. He has to get rid of it. It's picked off again. This time going down to the house. And with the interception for Beaver Falls is Clark, I believe, all the way down to the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st down for the Fighting Tigers. And no, I believe that it was Taylor Demetrius who picked off the pass. He is the one who gets credit for the interception. 2 picks now for Beaver Falls, and they have a 1st down right outside the 10, so they could get a 1st down without a touchdown.
Yeah, everything is going Beaver Falls' way, but we talked about it a little bit earlier with Conti in there, just his timing's off, and he threw that ball right to the defender's hands, and there was nobody from Mohawk near that where he threw that, and easy pick.
So that's the 2nd pick for Beaver Falls. The first one ended right back in Mohawk's hands, and they had a 1st down near the 40, but now Mohawk struggling already with 3 turnovers in this game.
See if Beaver Falls can keep its one-play scoring streak alive.
Yeah, you're right. Brickner in the gun, and Beaver Falls is going to call a timeout. We'll take a 30-second break. 3:41 to go first quarter. Beaver Falls threatening again, and the Tigers lead at 13-0 over Mohawk on Beaver County Radio.
There's something for everybody this semester at CCBC. Whether you're leveling up a career or launching a new life, CCBC has got you covered. In fact, CCBC is straight to you. Your local library is now a CCBC classroom. Build career skills and earn college credit right in your backyard. Check out credit and non-credit classes starting in the near future. Click ccbc.edu/fall for more information. Right place, right time. CCBC is right where you need them this fall.
I'll correct myself. All right, let me correct myself. Jim thought it was Mekai Clark, and he confirmed it on the interception. Clark had 2 picks last week. He has another one tonight, and Beaver Falls has the ball first down at the 11. Already leading 13-0. In the gun goes the junior Brickner. And the southpaw looks, airs it out, and it's almost picked off, and that could have gone to the house. And just dropping it was Dante Retort, and he might have got wide-eyed, Jim, because he only had green in front of him. Now, maybe the speed of the Fighting Tigers might have caught up with him. I don't know, but that was a big break that they did not take advantage of.
Yeah, I don't know if Beaver Falls would have caught him. I think he would have been gone. He caught that ball, or he almost caught that ball in stride before dropping it, but yeah, I think he would have been full speed by the time he got that ball. Just really unfortunate for Mohawk.
Second down and 10 for Beaver Falls, so the Fighting Tigers escape danger there. Now it's Brickner in the gun. Brickner on the end around, and it's going to go to Clark, but this one does not do anything. And Mohawk was ready, and a couple defenders. Carnucci coming up, and also for the Warriors, Noah Grimes in on the stop. It's third down, and now they need 11 as they lose a yard to the 12.
Yeah, and if you're Mohawk, I think this is where you really need to step up. They're not playing well at all, and Beaver Falls is threatening to put this game away, and they are just their backs are to the wall, and they've made 2 nice defensive plays.
I don't believe Kane has a field goal to his credit this year. And, of course, that could be a possibility on this good night if they don't get that much yardage. In the gun goes Brickner. 2 receivers to both sides for the Tigers. Brickner flushed out of the pocket. He throws it into the end zone, and it's incomplete. He had to get rid of it. He tried to get Quadir Thomas on the far side, but Mohawk had good pursuit. Now, what does Nick Nardone, the 5th-year head coach, do? Does he go for the 6, or would he consider Kane for what would be about a 30-yard field goal?
Yeah, I'm not sure that Kane has the leg to make it from 30 yards. We saw the extra point get backed up, and he missed it. So be interesting to see what Coach Nardone decides. He's calling a timeout right now to think about it.
All right, we'll see what he does. 30-second timeout in the making. 2:40 to go in the first quarter. 13-0 Beaver Falls on Beaver County Radio.
In order to call the right play, you have to be able to communicate. Dental hygiene not only affects appearance and eating habits, it can also have an impact on your ability to speak clearly. Dr. C. Timothy Lip wants you to keep your teeth in the game, and he has a playbook designed for success so that you can call the right play or even call an audible. Get suited up for a win, or at least a winning smile, by joining Dr. C. Timothy Lip's team in Beaver Falls or Robinson Township. Visit lipdentistry.com.
How can I help my child to make positive choices?
Start with a conversation. Start making the difference.
Beaver County parents, is your child between the ages of 10 and 14? If so, Keystone Wellness Programs is offering the Strengthening Families program in your area. This free program is designed for families to have fun together while learning ways to promote family bonding and communications. For more information about upcoming sessions near you, visit KeystoneWellnessPrograms.org. Paid for with PA taxpayer dollars.
And we return. Beaver Falls going for it on 4th down and 11, and they come up short. Actually, the pass was a little high for Beaver Falls. They try to get it to Ashbacher, so Mohawk stops Beaver Falls. They'll take over at the 12, and Mohawk desperately needed that.
Yeah, and that play was there. Isaiah Ashbacher was wide open, right over the middle. Just the pass was a little high, so yeah, Mohawk really dodges the bullet right there.
Gavin Reese communicating with Malik Garrett from the Fry Transportation Update Desk. We'll give you the one score right now. Rochester leads Fort Cherry on WNBA 13-0. Same score as here. Fighting Tigers on top as well. This time the little screen, mid-screen pass, and it's no good. A marker is on the field.
Yeah, that's a dangerous play right there for Mohawk. They tried that middle screen, and again, if it works, that's nice. But man, he was really taking a chance on an interception and a walk into the end zone.
And let's see what the officials do. Now, if Beaver Falls accepts, they'll only get half that. No, they're going to call the flag off. So they move the ball back to the 12, and it's going to be 2nd down and 10. So Beaver Falls at least gets some consolation out of it. No penalty yardage, but it's an incompletion, so it's 2nd and 10 Mohawk from their own 12. This time, it's a double reverse, and looking, the pass by Latort, and it comes up shy. Beaver Falls had that snuffed out. Great coverage by Quadir Thomas. He was not fooled at all, and it's going to be 3rd down for the Warriors. Other scores of interest. Moon has taken a 7-0 lead over Peters Township. Aliquippa, 7-0 advantage over Chartiers Valley. We'll get some more scores. One game that'll start at 7:30, Newcastle at Beaver in the Parkway. And we got a roughing the passer penalty against Beaver Falls. So I missed it, Jim. I was looking at the end of the play, and the official, unfortunately, was looking at right after the play ended and wasn't happy with the contact made, and that's going to put the ball at the 27.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened either. Again, I was like you, watching the reverse and then the pass, and then, move the football.
So Mohawk going with Conti, and Conti fakes the handoff and gets good yardage to the 36. And that's going to be a gain of 9 for Conti. So Mohawk starting to get a little comfortable now. And again, Voss got the start at quarterback, and we don't have any more information. We're not nearby the Mohawk coaches so that we could get confirmation on why the change to Conti, who had 4 touchdowns, 3 of them receiving. So I'm guessing that Coach Tim McCutcheon makes a move that he didn't really want to make. But then again, we'll just call the action. This time on 2nd down, they get close to the 1st down. They only needed a yard, and it looks like they got enough to move the sticks. And the chain gang does get the exercise on the far side of the field.
Yeah, I think the play you saw one play earlier with Conti, I think that's what you normally see with him when he's lining up a quarterback. He's in there to run the football out of the shotgun or the wildcat, if you will. And so I think now they really have to mix things up. So again, he's going to have to throw the ball a little bit. They're having some success right now on the ground. If they can, keep getting a little bit of yardage, 3 yards, 4 yards at a time.
Clock running, 1:18 to go, first quarter. Beaver Falls struck quickly. First 2 snaps, they get 2 touchdowns. But they were just stopped on downs at the 12. This time, looking for a crease, getting a couple, was Carnucci, and he'll pick up 2 to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, just picked up, really just a handoff right up the middle, put his head down. He's really a tough runner. It's the second time I really saw him, take hit right at the line of scrimmage and just, push the crowd back.
Palucci in on the stop for Beaver Falls. And now we're inside of a minute. We could be down to our final play in this quarter. 2nd down and 8 for Mohawk, coming in at 3-0 in the conference, but trailing 13-0. In the pistol, and now keeping it, and all kinds of room for Conti, and he's got a 1st down at the Beaver Falls 46, and it was Clark who saved the tackle and saved them from more yardage. And it's a first down for Mohawk. And that could do it for quarter number 1 if the Warriors decide to let the clock run down.
Yeah, Clark potentially saved a touchdown right there because Conti really found some space right up the middle and had a full head of steam. If he breaks that tackle, he's gone.
And that is going to do it for one period here up on College Hill in this showdown to speak. Beaver Falls leads at 13-0. Mohawk trying to cut into it. When we come back in the second quarter, it's on its way on Beaver County Radio, WBVP, WMBA, the new 99.3 FM, and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Hi, this is Bob Barrickman here for Fry Transportation. When it comes to school buses in Beaver County, it sure is hard not to notice the shiny Fry Transportation fleet. Fry Transportation has been a local family-owned Beaver County business for over 30 years. As any successful football team must be dependable and reliable, these same qualities have made Fry Transportation a champion operation. Best wishes to all local teams and safe travels to the gridirons this season. From your friends at Fry Transportation.
When you're a superhero, you got big responsibilities. This is the Aquaman of Beaver County, Jim Riggio from the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority. The Aquamen and Aquawomen of the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority really do look after the needs of the community, just like real superheroes. The service we provide really is super, and the dedication of our workers can only be described as heroic. We just don't always wear spandex suits and capes. This is the Aquaman of Beaver County, and I'll keep the water on for you. Click bfwater.net.
Can I get him from you? At the end of the game, yeah.
Early in the week, whenever. That'd be awesome.
Okay, sure.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Ready to start the second quarter. Mohawk first down at the Beaver Falls 46, and a nice opening. That offensive line starting to take some control into this one, and a good gain down to the Beaver Falls 38. They need 2 on second down, and Mohawk trying to get back into this one. They're down 13-0, which is the same score on WMBA. Rochester leading Fort Cherry, and let's see, Central Valley's taking a 21-0 lead over Keystone Oaks. Laurel leads New Brighton 14-0. If Laurel wins, they could be all alone if Beaver Falls holds serve. But this time, a nice run down to the 25-yard line. Junior Micko, the junior, and Mohawk, Jim Eagles, you could see they're starting to open up the holes and making it easier for the RBs.
Yeah, they really are, and they're gaining confidence every play. 2 big games in a row, and really just a change of Junior Micko coming in there running back, and really 2 big gains from him, 2 runs in a row. That's really been impressive.
First down at the 24, just underway here in the second quarter. Still in at quarterback is Conti. Conti in some trouble, though. Might have been a busted play, and Beaver Falls getting there defensively. And coming in to introduce himself was Bricks Raw, and he came in like a ton of bricks on that one. It's second down and 11.
Wow, it was a big hit. And again, Conti was just kind of trying to find a hole there, and he was just a sitting duck for Raw, and man, what a hit.
Bricks, spelled B-R-I-X-X, in case you're curious. But boy, he can play. And it's second down and 11. 10-15 to go in the second quarter. They have 3 receivers to the right, empty to the left, sidecar to the right of Conti. Conti looks into the end zone. It's going to be incomplete. Great coverage in the secondary. And for Beaver Falls, that was Trey Singleton. He had the receiver covered like glue. It'll be third down and 11.
And I think when you look at Mohawk right now, and one thing we were talking about in the pregame that Mohawk may have the advantage of is in the kicking game. Their kicker can really boot the football. We were watching him during warm-ups. He's got a big leg, so they potentially get a few more yards. They're in field goal range.
Josh Wilkins, Jim's referring to, just a sophomore. He has 4 field goals on the season. Might need a few more yards, I'm guessing, to get into his range. But now on third down, and I don't think they need it looks like you're going to need a yard on fourth down, and when you're down by 13, I don't know if 3 looks that good to Coach McCutcheon. It's going to be fourth down and about a yard and a half to go at the 16.
Yeah, I think at this point you've got to go for it. You're really moving the football well, and again, if they can get this is a big confidence booster.
Beaver Falls would like to deny them 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Beaver Falls started very quickly, 2 snaps, 2 touchdowns, but Mohawk is starting to settle down. This time on fourth down, and the give, and they got the first down to Carnucci. Carnucci bounced off the left side, and he will get down to the 13 for a gain of 3, and that moves the sticks.
Yeah, he is really powerful. He does not go down on first contact. We've talked about it earlier in this game. And again, you really have to wrap him up, but he's got such power in the legs. He's just driving guys when they get hold of him.
This is Mohawk's deepest penetration of the game. But since the early Beaver Falls domination and 3 turnovers helped, Mohawk has gotten into the comfort zone. This time, though, it's going to be little game, maybe none, 1 at the most. And Conti on the keeper, and getting in there, wow, Damian Lee, who had a monster game last week at Oak Hill against New Brighton.
Yeah, they gave him a gain of a yard. That's really surprising.
I know.
Yeah, it looks like I thought he was swarmed under as soon as he tried to carry the football, but so yeah, he picked up a little bit, but yeah, Beaver Falls defense just gave up nothing.
Mohawk will send 2 receivers to the short side left. To the wide side, they have 1 deep wide out and a flanker, and now we got a whistle and we got a marker. And that's going to be against Mohawk, a procedure call against the Warriors.
I think the running back left just a little early.
That'll make it 2nd and 14 with 8:21 to go in a half. Beaver Falls leading 13-0, but Mohawk has pounded it out on the ground on this drive, but now the Warriors starting to get back to their first quarter jitters. A mistake here, and they're in 2nd and 14.
Yeah, this is the place in the field where you cannot make errors, especially after this nice drive. You're trying to get back in the game.
And a fake sideline pass, and a good tackle. Nothing doing. Ashbacher gets in there to stop Conti. He was not fooled on the play action, and he's going to be stopped at the 18-yard line. They need to get down to the 3, and that's another loss.
Yeah, great play by Ashbacher right there. And again, read it the whole way, did not bite on the fake at all, and was just waiting for Conti. As soon as he pulled the ball out of the fullback's hands, he was down.
Well, if you could stop him here, little or no gain, I'll tell you, you might have to bring in Wilkins to get on the board. Now let's see what happens. Pass over the middle. It's high and it's intercepted by Quadir Thomas at the 10. Thomas is at the 40, looking for a block. He's at the 50, 40. Actually, that is not Thomas. It's Adamson down to about the 20-yard line and inside the 20 for Beaver Falls. Quentin Adamson with the pick, the 4th turnover, and Beaver Falls is in business once again.
Exactly what Mohawk could not have happened. But again, we talk about having a backup quarterback in there, just not in sync with his receivers. There was not a Mohawk receiver around. He threw it right to the Beaver Falls defender, and again, Quentin Adamson was right there. Ball came right to him, and he had a convoy up the sideline.
They're going to say, well, actually, they're going to take some of that yardage back, or did they? Was there a? There is a penalty against Beaver Falls. The interception will stand. They'll start from their 32, so there was a major penalty against the Fighting Tigers, but still, the great pick by Adamson, and Beaver Falls starts from the 32 of Mohawk.
73-yard return on the
wow.
pick.
And then this time it's Ashbacher for a couple down to the, he might have gotten a yard to the 31 at 2nd down. So you're saying that was a 73-yard
return on the interception.
by Adamson.
Yes. So, yeah, we've seen some big plays, not only special teams, but defensively now, and just really. And again, if you're Mohawk, that they had such a good drive going, but again, you got your backup quarterback in there, and just 2 costly interceptions.
4 turnovers. One of them was negated because Beaver Falls gave it right back on a fumble. Now the pass down the field, and it's just a tad long. He had a receiver in Thomas, I believe. Or no, that was Singleton, and it goes incomplete. Just got too much oomph on the football. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, twice in a row for Brickner. Just had his receiver open once again. Just a little bit high, a little bit long, but again, receiver was wide open on that play.
Trey Singleton, soft-spoken junior, but he makes a lot of noise on the field, and he had 2 steps on the secondary, but the pass just a little overthrown. Beaver Falls now looking at 3rd down and 9 from the 31 of Mohawk. In the gun goes Brickner. Brickner looks, the pump, and the pass down the field. This is going to be broken up at the last moment. Looked like it had a chance to be completed, but Mohawk making the play at the last instant, and the pass was intended for Singleton again. No, that was Thomas. That was Quadir Thomas on the target, but it was broken up by the Warriors, and it's 4th down. You're kind of in no man's land. Nick Nardone keeps his offense on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that was Dante Retort who made the breakup. A really nice play. Really showed good catch-up speed to get to that ball and knock it away. But yeah, so Beaver Falls, they're going to go for it at this point.
So they need 9 on 4th down, near the midway point of the 2nd quarter. Tigers on top, 13-0. This time on play action. And the pass. It's complete. 1st down to Clark. Now Clark reverses field. And let's see.
Ooh.
That is going to be very close. Clark did not see where the stick was. He tried to get some extra yardage. And it looks like he's going to be a little shy of the 1st down.
Yeah, he came up short. I think he caught the ball in 1st down territory. But then once he tried to make something, once he made a football move, he didn't get the forward progress. So once he started to make the football move and ran backwards to try to get some more space, got tackled behind the yard to gain.
I don't know. I mean, no, they did not give him the 1st down. The scoreboard and the down marker both show 1st down, but it's definitely 4th down.
Yeah, it's a Mohawk ball now.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. My goodness! But that's a good reason why it's 1st down at 10. The Warriors stopped them. That's right. They went for it on 4th down. And Mohawk, wow, I'll tell you, that really hurts then. As the quarterback, Conti, and now Nakai Clark has had a solid game thus far, but I think he was just ambitious to get that extra yard,
right.
And he reverses direction, and I'll admit, I did not realize that it was 4th down, and it's Mohawk football, so they hold them on downs because of the miscue by Clark after the catch.
Yeah, he caught the ball in 1st down territory, but again, trying to make something happen, give the kid credit. But yeah, got tackled behind the line to gain in Mohawk football.
This time, this play took a while to get developed, and Tyler Kane blows that one up, and they're going to be stopped back at the 25. It becomes 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, not a lot of room there for Conti. Again, he tried to pull the ball from the fullback's hands, and then really there was nowhere to go.
We'll get to the Fry Transportation scoreboard, try to get you an update on that Fort Cherry Rochester game going on WNBA. It was 13-0 Rochester, and that's where we'll be next week here on WBVP and 99.3 as Rochester takes on Cornell, which doesn't play till tomorrow at Burgettstown, and they were unbeaten in the conference. This time the pass on 3rd down, it looks like they got just enough for the 1st down, and that catch by Retort, who is only a sophomore, and that'll be a 1st down. He did a curl-in pattern, catches the ball, gets to the stick, and that's a 1st down Mohawk at the Warrior 34.
Yeah, really nice throw by Conti right there. We've talked about his miscues that have really thwarted their scoring chances. But that was a great throw right there on the slant pattern.
Quick moving first half. We're down to 4:12 to go. Just 45 minutes of real time into this game tonight. Now it's Conti. Conti the give, trying to spill to the outside, but Carnucci is swarmed in. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage if he's lucky.
Yeah, there was nowhere to go. You know, we talked about Carnucci early on and the power he's shown. I think Beaver Falls has really kind of learned its lesson. They swarmed him on that carry right there. Big defensive play.
So that was Ashbacher on the stop. Three and a half to go in the first half. Mohawk, second down and 9. This time, the quarterback and the running back bump into each other, and that hurt that play altogether. Conti is able to salvage maybe 2 yards. They're going to need 3rd down and 7 for the first down.
Yeah, the hole was there for Conti, but I think, you know, like you say, running into the running back, he and Carnucci collided a little bit, and that slowed his momentum up a little, and that allowed the Beaver Falls defense to catch up to him, and really just a short gain.
And it looks like Blackhawk has taken a 7-0 lead over Montour. And that's a big game for the Cougars after coming off the loss against Chartiers Valley. Now this time the pass, and it's broken up. Oh my goodness, what a play by Clark. Or that was Thomas, I believe. And that's gonna be, well, we got a banged up Warrior. That was a fierce collision at the 40-yard line.
Wow, that was a huge hit. And again, a clean hit, you know, perfectly legal, but the receiver is still down. Again, they did an out pass, caught the ball, turned around, and just got a face full of I think it might have been Trey Singleton who made the hit, but wow, that was just, he just hit him like a train.
And they're getting some assistance over there. 2:27 on a stop clock, and we're going to take a timeout. Now Mohawk will have 4th down and 7, and it looks like they're bringing their punting team in, but the player's still on the field. Let's take a 30-second timeout. Still 13-0 Beaver Falls on Beaver County Radio and Trib Live.
I just love my Tyler Mountain Waterman.
That's something I hear all the time. This is Stefan Sasek from Tri-State Waters. I'm the guy that is out and about delivering that Tyler Mountain 100% natural spring water. I'm everywhere from New Brighton to Old Economy. Tri-State Waters delivers, and I'm the one driving the truck. From Beaver to Raccoon Township, I'm the waterman they love and the waterman that delivers. We even go to Poland, well, Ohio that is. If you need home or office delivery, call today and ask for Stefan, 724-774-4644.
And now the punt is high but short. And it's going to bounce and take a Beaver Falls roll. They're going to have to get it dead, and they do at the 44-yard line. And we got an update from Malik Garrett, the Fry Transportation Update Desk. The game on WNBA has a lot of the same flavor as this one. Rochester raced out to an early 13-0 lead, as did Beaver Falls. Since then, nothing. And the game still remained 13-0 on both legs, or all 3 legs of Beaver County Radio.
Yeah, some of these games, you know, we've seen it tonight in our game. Mistakes early by Mohawk, and Beaver Falls was able to take advantage. But since then, yeah, we've kind of seen the game we were kind of expecting: 2 evenly matched teams and really good defensive squads out there.
So Mohawk gets next to nothing on that punt. Beaver Falls will start from the 44. Brickner over the middle, and it's behind, behind the off shoulder from Quadir Thomas. It'll be 2nd down and 10. The clock now stopped with 2:15 to go in the half.
Yeah, Brickner's timing's just been a little off tonight. The first pass for the touchdown was perfect, but since then he's had 3 open receivers and just been slightly off. Just the timing's been off a little bit.
Yeah, last week he seemed to be crisp in that win over New Brighton, 39-18. Last score we had from Laurel, the Spartans were leading New Brighton 14-0. We'll get you caught up on the scoreboard from Fry Transportation as more scores will be coming in. This time rolling left is Brickner. On the left, he's got the receiver, and it's a first down to Tyler Kane, puts his helmet down, gets in a couple extra yards down to the 38-yard line of Mohawk.
Tyler Kane, the one-handed catch. The ball is out in front of him, puts his paw out there, pulls it into his chest, and makes a big gain, big first down.
At the 37, Beaver Falls, which only has one timeout now, keep in mind, but they still have 2:08 on the clock, and they need 37 yards for the score. Beaver Falls led 13-0, just 2 minutes and 14 seconds into the game, scoring on a 3-yard run by Brickner and a 33-yard pass by the tight end Tyler Kane. Beaver Falls missing one of the extra points. This time Brickner, he is being pursued heavily, and he has to get rid of the football, and it is going to be, is it caught? Yes! No, it's going to be incomplete. Apparently it was caught, but the receiver in Singleton could not keep his foot in bounds, and it's going to be third down for Beaver Falls, or second down for Beaver Falls, back at the 37-yard line.
Well, that's unfortunate, but what a play by Jaron Brickner. What a throw against his body, and just threw a rainbow out there right along the sideline. And again, Trey Singleton just could not pull it in bounds, but would have been a nice catch had he been able to. But, man, what a better throw. Tremendous throw by Jaron Brickner.
Singleton will line up to the right. To the left is Clark. Brickner rolls right, and he breaks a tackle. Brickner down to the 30, about 3 shy of the first down.
Yeah, really nice run by Brickner. Again, breaking that tackle was big. Looked like he was going to get pulled down just past the line of scrimmage. Really made a nice play and picked up 7.
Saving the first down was Vinny Perry, the defensive lineman. It's 3rd and 3, Beaver Falls, obviously 4-down territory. 1:30 left in the first half. Beaver Falls trying to add to their 13-0 lead against this MAC unbeaten Mohawk Warrior Club.
Interesting to see Brickner on this. He's probably a passing situation, but he came out of that hit and he was kind of shaking his left arm, so I don't know if he has a stinger maybe, or...
This time on 3rd down, it's Brickner. Brickner looks like he's got the first down. Yes, he does, at the 26-yard line. Clock will be stopped to move the sticks with 1:06 to go in the half.
Yeah, this is really a big position by both teams. Beaver Falls, they want to get it in right before halftime to get the momentum back. But if you're Mohawk, if you can, after the start of this game, if they can, come out of it with just, being 13 points down and, not letting Beaver Falls score after those 2 disastrous first plays, that's going to be kind of a win for the Warriors.
Clark to the right. To the left is Singleton. Beaver Falls now with 40 seconds to go in the half. And it's Brickner. Brickner's pass a little high and almost intercepted by Connie. It went off the hand of Mekhi Clark. Mekhi Clark with the nice try, but it's off his fingertips. It'll be second down as the clock is halted with 35 ticks left in the half.
Yeah, dangerous play there on the deflection, and that ball was kind of hanging there in the air. The Mohawk defensive back couldn't get to it. Made a diving try at it, but couldn't pull it in. But that could have been disastrous for the Tigers.
And we have an injured Warrior on the field. And we'll take time. We'll take a minute timeout. Beaver Falls trying to get in the end zone again. They're leading 13-0, 35 seconds left in the half here on Beaver County Radio, Facebook Live, and by Trib Live.
In sports broadcast, the pregame show will set the stage for the upcoming game coverage. In life, a pre-career start at the Beaver County Career Technology Center can set up your high school student for life. Did you know that graduates are making substantial wages, some over 6 figures? This is possible without student loan debt. It's true. With more, here's Beaver County CTC Administrative Director David Whitez.
This is David Whitehead, Administrative Director at the Beaver County Career. BC CTC is proud to play a part in the new industrial boom in Beaver County. The training we provide for our students enables them to land outstanding and, quite frankly, lucrative careers in the trades, and has changed Beaver County in a very positive way, all at the same time.
Let the Beaver County CTC open doors for you in the game of life. Click bcctc.org.
Well, the injured player for Mohawk is Al Carmucci. Just a couple scores for you. Rochester now leads Fort Cherry 19-0. Mike Azadi and Jason Colangelo on the call from Rochester Stadium. Moon now leads Peters Township 13-7.
No, Peters is up on Moon.
Oh, Peters is up on Moon.
Peters is up on Moon
13-7.
13. So yeah, Peters just scored.
And Aliquippa spanking Chartiers Valley 28-0, and this pass goes incomplete, intended for Quadir Thomas. Blackhawk leads Montour 14-7 in Robinson Township, and Avonworth has taken a 16-0 lead over the Bridgers at Mo Rubenstein. Freedom leads Elwood City 14-0 at the half. Freedom needing the win. 5 teams from this conference will go to the playoffs, and even though it's too early to gauge, a lot of people think that Freedom-New Brighton game at the end of the season at Oak Hill could have a lot on the line. At the 25-yard line, and we got a whistle. And we got a timeout, Beaver Falls, so they call a TO on a stop clock. They are out of timeouts, so they're going to have to really use the clock well with 31 seconds to go, and they have 27 yards to go in which to score.
And Nick Nardone was not happy. On the sideline, he was screaming, and he was on the field about 5 yards before he turned to the official and slammed his hands together in a timeout. He was unhappy, and he's out there letting his team know.
Well, we have Geneva College football tomorrow at Grove City. Jason Colangelo joins me. 1:30 the pregame, 2 o'clock the kickoff. And that Blackhawk game has gone to the intermission. 14-7 Cougars leading at Montour. Our good friend St. Jude from Blackhawk has taken that one in at Burco Stadium tonight. Thank you, Judy, for that update. Now Beaver Falls with an empty set. 2 receivers to the far right. Brickner looks. Brickner lets it go into the end zone, and it is caught! Yes, touchdown! What a reception! Right near the end line, and that was that Asbacher?
I think it is, yes.
Isaiah Asbacher from 27 yards, and Beaver Falls leads at 19-0.
Wow, just a nice throw by Brickner, and just threw it up there, and Asbacher just outfought the defender as the ball came down and pulled it in at the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Big score for Beaver Falls. I'm curious if they'll go for 2.
Well, they want to make up for that miss on the extra point, and Beaver Falls goes 56 yards in total for the touchdown.
And they are going for 2.
And they're going to snap with the Singleton. He's going to try to get in there, and he will easily. Trey Singleton on the run, and Beaver Falls leads at 21-0. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout. Beaver Falls looking good, trying to tie Mohawk for second in the standings. And we'll have the Tiger kickoff after this on Beaver County Radio and Trib Live.
Listening to live sports on the radio in Beaver County is a tradition. This is Craig Fontana from Moon Township Ford, and I ought to know. My dad, Bill Fontana, has called games for over 50 years. Beaver County people know a good call when they hear one, and the best call you can make is to buy your next new or used vehicle at Moon Township Ford. Click moontownshipford.net or visit Moon Township Ford on University Boulevard.
Falcone's Moon Township Ford, where friends send friends.
All right, well, we got an update. Chartiers Valley has not thrown in the towel yet. It's 28-13 Aliquippa after the Quip scored the first 28 points down in Colt territory. Now Beaver Falls will kick. Just 24 seconds left in the half, and they'll kick it short. And a nice return, getting it out past the 40-yard line, but they're only going to have 19 seconds to work with. Now, Mohawk has 3 timeouts, but you only have 19 seconds, and you got to go over 60 yards. Won't be, or nearly 60 yards. Won't be an easy task.
With your backup quarterback too, so that's going to be it's going to be interesting to see what they do here.
Yeah, Voss left the game early, and again, we have no confirmation that it was an injury, but you'd have to believe that. I know he'd gone off to a slow start, but hard to believe that that would have been just a change in strategy for Coach Tim McCutcheon. Now in the gun. Mohawk was settling down in this quarter, but Beaver Falls gets the big play on the touchdown pass of 27 yards to Asbacher at the back of the end zone. And apparently, Mohawk will let the clock run out, which...
Yeah, just took the knee and decided to go in at halftime and try to regroup.
Yeah, I'm a little curious, even though the chances are very slim, but you're down 21-0. More on that. We'll take this 2-minute timeout. Our halftime show, including the Trib Live segment with Don Rebel and Chris Harlan coming up. The score at the break. Good news from College Hill. It's Beaver Falls 21, Mohawk 0. Let's take this break on Beaver County Radio, 1230 WBVP, 99.3 FM, and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
In sports broadcast, the pregame show will set the stage for the upcoming game coverage. In life, a pre-career start at the Beaver County Career Technology Center can set up your high school student for life. Did you know that graduates are making substantial wages, some over 6 figures? This is possible without student loan debt. It's true. With more, here's Beaver County CTC Administrative Director David Whitez.
This is David Whitez, Administrative Director at the Beaver County Career and Technology Center. BC CTC is proud to play a part in the new industrial boom in Beaver County. The training we provide for our students enables them to land outstanding and, quite frankly, lucrative careers in the trades, and has changed Beaver County in a very positive way, all at the same time.
Let the Beaver County CTC open doors for you in the game of life. Click bcctc.org.
Believe it or not, you can celebrate an international occasion without leaving Beaver County. This is Cindy Hiladio from Friendly Federal Credit Union. That's right, we are celebrating International Credit Union Day on October 21st. Come in and find out why credit unions have played such an important role in providing financial services locally and around the world. Meet me and my friendly staff. Click friendlyfcu.org or follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
Have peace of mind that when an emergency strikes, we'll be there. That's why a Medic Rescue membership is so important. Medic Rescue has been Beaver County's #1 provider of emergency medical care and transport services for over 40 years. Our trained paramedics and emergency medical technicians are knowledgeable, experienced, and can evaluate emergencies quickly and accurately so that you get the life-saving care you need. Get the comfort that comes with a Medic Rescue membership. Call today, 724-728-3621. Medic Rescue, caring for our community.
Then it's halftime here up on College Hill in River Stadium. And Beaver Falls leads. It's halftime here at Reeves Stadium, and Beaver Falls leads Mohawk by a score of 21-0. We'll recap it in a moment. Brian Fabianic, the elementary principal and a former assistant coach, came to say hello, but gave us some very important news. He said that I was under the impression that J.C. Voss started. Not the case. He didn't play it down. The COVID hit him, and he could not even make the trip, and that's unfortunate. I mean, I know COVID is still a part of our fabric, what's going on. Jim, you don't like to see that happen, especially in a big game like this, but that's the rule, and he couldn't make the trip.
Right, it's really a shame. It really made a big difference for Mohawk. I mean, we talked about in the pregame. I mean, he's their leading passer. He really runs the offense and does, everything really revolves around him coming into this game. And so, like you, I thought, Conti wears 15, and kind of initially I thought it was a 12 as well, and all of a sudden as the game's going on, so I thought that it was Voss out there earlier too, but again, as we found out, he did not make the trip, and that is a shame. That's really made a big difference for Mohawk.
Well, Beaver Falls got on the board fast, though. After Mohawk went 3 and out, Trey Singleton had a tremendous 68-yard punt return, as Jim referred to. And then first play from scrimmage, Jaron Brickner, the quarterback, takes it in off the left side for 3 yards. When with 10:07 to go in the first quarter, Tyler Kane kicked the extra point. It was 7-0. Then Kane gets a touchdown on a 33-yard catch with 9:46 to go in the first quarter. So 21 seconds separating 2 touchdowns, and that occurred one play after the fumble recovery by Connor Palucci. The kick was no good, however, and it was 13-0. Mohawk started to look like an undefeated team, though, after that. Despite the 4 turnovers, 3 of them on interceptions, they started moving the ball. They created holes for their running backs. They just couldn't get the big play. The Beaver Falls defense stopped them when they had to, and right at the end of the half, Beaver Falls goes on a 56-yard drive, and they get a 27-yard touchdown pass to Isaiah Asbacher at the back line, just under the scoreboard here at Reeves Stadium. And then Trey Singleton ran it in for 2, and that's where we stand, 21-0. Beaver Falls with the lead. If they win, they'll be certainly tied for second place with Mohawk. And depending on what New Brighton does, they were trailing Laurel 14-0. We'll try to get you caught up on the scores. We got the Trib Live halftime segment with Don Rebel and Chris Harlan. Jim, I want to get your first half thoughts.
Yeah, if you're Mohawk, the giving up the score at the end of the half is kind of devastating, because really they after those first early miscues that Beaver Falls turned into touchdowns, Mohawk kind of got it back together, and really, we had talked about it during the first half. It kind of became the game that we were talking about, in the pregame that it was going to be. Mohawk played them tight. Beaver Falls played them tight, but at the end of the half, Beaver Falls was able to get another touchdown and take the 3-touchdown lead.
All right. On that note, we'll pick up the Trib Live segment with Don and Chris, and then we'll go down to Thrive Transportation scoreboard right here at Reeves. It's Beaver Falls 21, Mohawk nothing. Now let's join Don Rebel and Chris Harlan for the Trib Live halftime segment here on Beaver County Radio.
Halftime show sponsored by SE Tire and Export Tire, your local tire experts. They work hard to earn your business. They have your size tire in stock, and they can install it today. All the best brands at the best tire prices. SE Tire, Route 51, Bell Vernon. Export Tire, Old William Penn Highway and Export. Shop for tires online and check out their Google reviews. It's the Week 6 edition of the halftime show. Chris Harlan, kind enough to join me. Don Rebel, we welcome you. We hope you're enjoying the game you are watching, listening to here on Trib HSSN, as we are now into the second half of the regular season. We're getting closer to the playoffs. We're also getting closer to National Signing Day, early edition, which is in December, 2 months before the old still the second signing period in February. Chris, we got some players around the WPIL and the City League that have garnered some interest, but maybe not as many as we've seen in days gone by.
Yeah, it's not a big class, at least not so far. Right now, we've only got 11 guys from the WPIL and City League who are committed to FBS schools. And like you said, we're coming up quickly on the signing day here. December 15th is the date for the early period. This will be the fifth year in a row, started in 2017. This will be the fifth year in a row that there is an early signing period for football. Basketball's had it for a while, but that's really kind of changed the whole dynamic, I think, for signing for football. You see guys making their commitments earlier and earlier, knowing, hey, I can get it done now before the holidays rather than pushing it to the traditional date, which still exists. I mean, that's February 2nd this year. If someone doesn't sign in December, they can wait till February. But, here in Western Pennsylvania, I think across the country, you're seeing more and more guys get their decision early because they know they can sign in December. When you look at the Western Pennsylvania list right now, a couple guys stand out. Again, a number of really good linemen. It used to be this place was known for producing quarterbacks. Now Western Pennsylvania produces linemen and defensive backs. That's what you're seeing. And this year, this class kind of sticks to that. A couple names you see at the top. One out of the City League. And you got to give the City League some credit because you've seen the stock in recruiting rise in the City League. A couple years ago, you saw Dayon Hayes. Pitt got him out of Westinghouse. The latest star out of the City League is Tyrese Fearbury, big defensive end, 6'4". He committed to Penn State originally and then reconsidered. It was early. And since then, back in early September, he committed to Kentucky. So an SEC school, good commitment there. But he's a guy, a 4-star recruit from Perry. So definitely seeing the City League tick up a little bit in terms of recruiting strength. Another big lineman is a 3-star Rivals recruit, Donovan Heinisch from Central Catholic. People probably know the Heinisch name. His brother, Kurt, starred for Central Catholic a number of years ago when they won a state title. Now he's a starting defensive tackle for Notre Dame. But his younger brother, Donovan, also headed to Notre Dame, just like big brother. Donovan's a 6'2", 270-pound defensive tackle, committed to Notre Dame back in June. But with Heinisch and Fearbury, those two names at the top, those are kind of the top two in Western Pennsylvania right now when you're looking at this 2022 graduating class.
We'll take a look at some of the other names. Our recruiting edition of the halftime show, sponsored by SC Tire and Export Tire, continues here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Need new tires in a hurry? SC Tire has your size tire in stock. Install today. Before you hit the open road, see the tire experts at SC Tire. We do tires and we do them right. Before you hit the open road, see the tire experts at Export Tire. We do tires and we do them right. If it has wheels, we have the tires. Export Tire, your commercial tire headquarters.
Halftime show continues on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Don Rebel, Chris Harlan. Chris running down the list of some of the top players, football players, in District 7, District 8 as well, that are headed to big-time colleges, have already made their decision.
Yeah, and Tyrese Fearbury and Donovan Heinisch, they aren't the only Power 5 guys coming out of this 2022 class. Pitt fans will see Sean Fitzsimmons, a big lineman from Central Valley, defensive tackle, offensive guard, does a lot for that team, and they've had a lot of success in recent years, a lot behind him. He committed back in April to Pitt. Patrick Body, a wide receiver from Gateway, committed to Cincinnati back in July. Cincinnati is one of those schools we've seen, a number of kids from Western Pennsylvania go to Cincinnati over the years. But now Cincinnati's kind of risen up in terms of stock nationally. I mean, they're now a top 5 team in the country. So now when you see a Cincinnati offer and a Cincinnati commit, I think you got to take a little bit extra notice of that. Another one going to a Power 5, Cade Yakimelli, Trafford, running back, safety, committed to Wisconsin. That's one of those where Wisconsin came in, he went and visited and just loved it and committed right away. So he's headed to Wisconsin. Also having a good year for Penn Trafford this year. Looking at some other guys committed to FBS, Rashawn Murray from University Prep going to Akron.
Nick Bryan, lineman from Thomas Jefferson, big part of their success up front, going to Kent State. Charlie Kreinbucher from Butler. Butler not in the WPL football this year, but people know him from basketball season. He's a good tight end heading to Akron. Trent Fraley, his dad started Robert Morris, played in the NFL. Lineman from Moon now, he's headed to Marshall. Eli Heidenreich, wide receiver from Mount Lebanon, committed to Navy. And another name to watch, Pharaoh Fisher, defensive back from Sarah Catholic. He committed to Navy and then reconsidered, has opened up his recruitment again. And I think he's even said he hasn't ruled out Navy at this point. He could still end up there. But when you look at him, he's got a number of pretty good offers out there, and he'll end up somewhere. And that's for the senior class here. But I think there's some excitement still when you start looking at the junior class. I think that's where, you look at, there was a 1 4-star recruit in the senior class. There are already 3 4-star recruits, according to Rivals, in the junior class, that 2023 class. So some names to watch there. Lamont Payne, he's a defensive back, wide receiver at Chartiers Valley, already committed to Penn State. We had a number of schools in on him. They did a good job. I know Terry Smith there at Penn State, old Gateway coach, he comes in here and recruits really good in Western Pennsylvania. And they were really after Lamont Payne. And he went up there, and he was up there for the whiteout game and committed before the game. So they must have won him over there in Happy Valley with the Nittany Lion pregame stuff. 2 other names, Rodney Gallagher, Lower Highlands. We've talked a lot about him. He's a basketball star also. But there's a number of schools, Pitt, Penn State, West Virginia. They're all in on him to maybe play basketball or football. And then Tamir Robinson, another name at Brashear. He's a guy that, I've talked to Joe Butler before. He's a recruiting expert, goes way back in Western Pennsylvania. He's kind of compared him to a Micah Parsons kind of player, a guy who just got drafted by the Cowboys this year, played at Penn State, but that kind of difference maker at linebacker for Brashear. So that's next year, though. They still have to wait until December of 2023 to sign. But for the senior class right now, the clock is ticking, and they've got about 2 months to make their signature on the dotted line.
Chris Harlan does so many things so well. Following the recruiting trails and giving the latest is definitely one of his strong points. Always check out. That's a reason to check out tribhssn.triblive.com every day to see what's going on. That'll do it for the halftime show, sponsored by SC Tire and Export Tire. They can install your tires today. They have the best tire prices. SC Tire, Route 51, Bell Vernon, Export Tire, Old William Penn Highway in Export. For Chris Harlan, I'm Don Rebel. Enjoy the second half here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
You are listening to the 74th season of high school football on Beaver County Radio. This presentation is being brought to you by the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority, Friendly Federal Credit Union, the Heritage Valley Health System, uniquely connected for life, click heritageValley.org, and Fry Transportation, among others. It's the #1 way to get into the game, tuning in to Beaver County Radio.
All right, thanks to Don Rebel and Chris Harlan for that Trib Live halftime segment. We'll be back to check the Fry Transportation scoreboard and get some numbers from Jim Equals right here. 21-0, Beaver Falls leading Mohawk at the half. We'll take this 2-minute timeout on Beaver County Radio and Trib Live.
In Beaver County, there are many great stories to tell. One such worthy story is that of the Drug-Free Community Support Program. Now in its 4th year of serving Aliquippa, the project has enjoyed great success through in-school interaction, education, raising awareness, and data analysis. The Drug-Free Community Support Program in Aliquippa has a mission to help local youth make better decisions regarding alcohol and drug use. For more information or to find out how you can get involved, visit Drug-Free Aliquippa on Facebook.
There's something for everybody this semester at CCBC. Whether you're leveling up a career or launching a new life, CCBC has got you covered. In fact, CCBC is straight to you. Your local library is now a CCBC classroom. Build career skills and earn college credit right in your backyard. Check out credit and non-credit classes starting in the near future. ccbc.edu/fall for more information. Right place, right time. CCBC is right where you need them this fall.
Navigating healthcare should be easy. Heritage Valley Medical Neighborhoods offer the care you need most in one convenient location. Access walk-in clinics, primary care, lab, diagnostic imaging, and other services at one of Heritage Valley's 7 medical neighborhoods. There's no need to travel far for quality health care. Find a medical neighborhood near you at heritagevalley.org. Heritage Valley and you, uniquely connected for life.
In order to call the right play, you have to be able to communicate. Dental hygiene not only affects appearance and eating habits, it can also have an impact on your ability to speak clearly. Dr. C. Timothy Lip wants you to keep your teeth in the game, and he has a playbook designed for success so that you can call the right play or even call an audible. Get suited up for a win, or at least a winning smile, by joining Dr. C. Timothy Lip's team in Beaver Falls or Robinson Township. Visit lipdentistry.com.
All right, as we return, congratulations go out to Jada Buford, the new homecoming queen at Beaver Falls. Great job, Jada, and congratulations. And why don't we get a few first half numbers before we look at the Friday Transportation scoreboard. Jim, your experience working with the Beaver County Times for many years, you're able to keep numbers there and also do color commentary. I really appreciate this.
Yeah, no problem at all. You look at the numbers for Beaver Falls. They were able to take advantage of a short field tonight, and obviously having a 21-point lead. They only have 101 yards of total offense, but obviously their first 2 drives started very close to the end zone. But Jaron Brickner has 86 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. The big plays have been really defense and special teams. Trey Singleton had the 68-yard punt return to set up the first touchdown. Quentin Adamson returned a interception, 73 yards, and Mekhi Clark had a 53-yard interception return. So those have been really the big plays for Beaver Falls. You look at Mohawk, they have 113 yards of total offense so far. And again, they are led by their quarterback, who wasn't expecting to be quarterback tonight, Mark Conti. He has rushed for 34 yards, and he has passed for 46 yards. So again, that's not a bad first half for somebody who wasn't really expecting to play quarterback tonight. He's one of their best players, more of a receiver, but had to do some emergency duty tonight. And so far, he's 34 on the ground and 46 through the air.
All right, Jim, thank you. The scores, in addition to our game, which has Beaver Falls leading Mohawk 21-0 at the half. Rochester on WNBA leads Fort Cherry at the break 19-0. Mike Azadian and Jason Colangelo with the call there. Moon gets a late break. Blocked punt, right?
Yes, blocked punt recovered in the end zone.
And they lead Peters Township 14-13. They're getting a scare, the undefeated Tigers. Upper St. Clair leads West Allegheny 10-3 at the half. Aliquippa led 28-0. Chartiers Valley has made it somewhat interesting. It's 28-13 Quips at the half. Blackhawk leads at Montour 14-7 at the break. Beaver has taken a 14-0 lead in the second quarter over Newcastle. Central Valley looks like they're going to win their 19th in a row. They lead at Keystone Oaks 42-0. Quaker Valley leading Windlass Hopewell 21-7 at the half. Avonworth was on top of Ambridge 16-0. And Laurel piling it on. They could be in first place all alone after the night, leading New Brighton 28-0. Freedom 14-0 over Windlass Elwood City. Nothing in on Riverside at Neshannock, and Southside having a heck of a comeback week, leading Carleton 46-6, and Union leading Olds 30-14. Baseball finals, Houston 9, the White Sox 4. Astros lead that series 2-0, and Milwaukee a run better than Atlanta. The Brewers lead that series 1-0 after their 2-1 win. Boston and Tampa Bay, they're underway. down at the Trop, and the Dodgers in San Francisco is the late one tonight. Tomorrow, couple high school games of interest. Brentwood at Western Beaver at 12:30. Cornell, unbeaten in the Big Seven, at Burgettstown at 1:30. We'll have Geneva at Grove City, airtime 1:30 from the Grove, and a 2 o'clock kickoff. We're going to take this couple-minute timeout. The second half is on its way. Beaver Falls 21, Mohawk nothing. You're listening to all the action only on Beaver County Radio and Trib Live Sports.
Have peace of mind that when an emergency strikes, we'll be there. That's why a Medic Rescue membership is so important. Medic Rescue has been Beaver County's #1 provider of emergency medical care and transport services for over 40 years. Our trained paramedics and emergency medical technicians are knowledgeable, experienced, and can evaluate emergencies quickly and accurately so that you get the life-saving care you need. Get the comfort that comes with a Medic Rescue membership. Call today, 724-728-3621. Medic Rescue, caring for our community.
The law firm of Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly, and George, keeping promises for over 80 years. Attorney Chuck Garbett.
What we tell them, number one, they cannot guarantee the result. All we can guarantee is the effort and an honest evaluation. Not every case goes to court. Most of them settle. There's a reason most of our cases settle out of court, and that's because over the years, the insurance companies have realized that when we're involved in a case, we do prepare that case as if it will go to trial. And we aren't afraid to take a case to trial. The insurance company keeps a book on the lawyers. There's a lot of lawyers out there that yell and scream and they pound their chest and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. But they haven't seen an inside of a courtroom maybe in 30 to 40 years. And the insurance industry knows that. Well, with us, it's a little different.
For your free consultation from the law firm of Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly, and George, call 724-658-8535 or visit them online at lgkg.com.
Hi, this is Bob Barrickman here for Fry Transportation. When it comes to school buses in Beaver County, you ought to notice the shiny Fry Transportation fleet. Fry Transportation has been a local family-owned Beaver County business for over 30 years. As any successful football team must be dependable and reliable, these same qualities have made Fry Transportation a champion operation. Best wishes to all local teams and safe travels to the gridirons this season from your friends at Fry Transportation. And we're just about ready to start the second half. One update for you. We understand Laurel has added to its lead, now leading New Brighton in the third quarter 35-0. So that game has gone into the mercy roll, and looks like Laurel is going to be, well, at least tied for first place. And unless Mohawk comes from 21 back, Laurel will be all alone in first in the MAC after tonight.
Yeah, and really it's just a tribute to what Laurel's done. And really year after year, these last few years, Laurel's been really just grown and grown and has gotten to be a better program each year. And it's really paying off this year, and you're seeing how good they are against the teams they're playing.
So Beaver Falls will get the ball first to start this third quarter, and they'll move toward the north end zone. And again, in case you just joined us or didn't hear the news at the outset of the halftime show, Brian Fabianic from Beaver Falls informed us that J.C. Voss, a victim of the COVID and not in uniform tonight for Mohawk, and they've had to go to their Plan B quarterback and Matt Connie, and you could say maybe the results have shown, and it's an unfortunate situation, but Beaver Falls did score 2 quick touchdowns, so they might have been ahead regardless, but then you have to respect the fact that Voss is out for the night. Beaver Falls gets the kickoff from the 14-yard line as Ashbacher breaks it to the right side. Ashbacher out past the 40-yard line, and it's a first down before he was brought down by Dante Retort. But it's Beaver Falls football moving right to left. They'll begin from their own 41.
Yeah, Ashbacher's got some deceptive speed, too. I've noticed it when he's playing defense, too. He's kind of a big kid out there, but, man, he shows a lot of speed. On that return, he kind of broke it to the outside and broke away from the defender.
don't know for sure if Voss would be eligible. I don't know when the quarantine situation came down, so I would imagine he would be available for their game with Laurel next week, but I'm not sure about that. This time on first down, breaking a tackle and getting to the outside is Ashbacher. No sooner than you said it, Jim Equals. He gets inside the 30-yard line of Laurel. So a gain of, 30 yards for Ashbacher.
Yeah, he gets through the, just takes a simple handoff off tackle, breaks it to the outside, and again, just turns on the jets down the sideline, and he really just got dragged down from behind. But again, we talked about the deceptive speed, and he really just surprises everybody, I think.
Actually, that will be a 33-yard run. They give him the 27-yard line. A touchdown here would really put the Fighting Tigers in commanding position. They'll send 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and they're all explosive wideouts. And it's Brickner. He'll keep it on the quarterback draw, and he'll get good yardage down to the 20-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of about 7. It'll make it 2nd down and 3.
Yeah, that's really been an effective play for Beaver Falls. We saw them score on that, their first touchdown. And again, he just takes a snap. He's not taking the handoff at all. He is just taking the snap, going off left tackle, and just seeing what he can get.
So the Tigers have 2nd down. They scored 13 points in the first 2-14, and Mohawk has not recovered. Now in the pistol formation goes Brickner, and he gives it off to Ashbacher. There's a big hole, and it's a touchdown, Ashbacher. Ashbacher did all of that by himself, and it's a TD for the Fighting Tigers, and Beaver Falls now leads at 27-0.
Yeah, huge hole there, and big block by Anthony Calza right there. Just opened the hole up. Ashbacher had nothing but open space. Touchdown, clear space to the end zone the whole way.
And what was that, 28 yards?
That was 19 yards.
19 yards. Okay, 19 yards for Ashbacher, and he is certainly putting his name into the hat for our CCBC player of the game. Kane will try to add on the extra point. Snap down, kick is up, and the kick is high, and the kick is good. Just a minute 16. Beaver Falls has had a knack of scoring quickly out of the locker room. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. It's Beaver Falls 28, Mohawk nothing on Beaver County Radio and Trib Live Sports.
I just love my Tyler Mountain Waterman.
That's something I hear all the time. This is Stefan Sasek from Tri-State Waters. I'm the guy that is out and about delivering that Tyler Mountain 100% natural spring water. I'm everywhere from New Brighton to Old Economy. Tri-State Waters delivers, and I'm the one driving the truck. From Beaver to Raccoon Township, I'm the waterman they love and the waterman that delivers. We even go to Poland, well, Ohio that is. If you need home or office delivery, call today and ask for Stefan, 724-774-4644.
How can I help my child to make positive choices?
Start with a conversation. Start making the difference.
Beaver County Parents, is your child between the ages of 10 and 14? If so, Keystone Wellness Programs is offering the Strengthening Families program in your area. This free program is designed for families to have fun together while learning ways to promote family bonding and communications. For more information about upcoming sessions near you, visit KeystoneWellnessPrograms.org, paid for with PA taxpayer dollars.
And the kickoff received by Conti. He gets it out past the 20 and just to the 23-yard line. And Mohawk will start its second possession from that spot, the 23. As they did the first, this is their first possession of the second half. Beaver Falls going 59 yards in all, and it was mostly Ashbacher. He had a 33-yard run and a 19-yard run that put the Tigers on top, 28-0. Now on the give. And that is Carmucci, and he takes it for about 4 yards to the 27. second down and 6.
Yeah, again, Carmucci had a lot of space up the middle and really just, again, 5 quick yards and, again, showed a lot of power.
Still 19-0. Rochester leading Fort Cherry on WNBA. And Avonworth has increased its lead at Mo Rubenstein, 22-0 over Ambridge, a week after Sherman McBride recorded his first victory. Now it's second down and 6 for Mohawk. Backup quarterback, and the pass over the middle, and it's bobbled, and it's broken up. They tried to get the football into the hands of Bowden Leslie, and coming up just a little lame. I think he's going to be all right. And that is Tyler Kane.
Yeah, nice breakup by Kane, and Bowden Leslie had him by just a step, but Kane was able to get his hand up there and knock the ball down to save a big gain.
3rd and 6 for Mohawk. Beaver Falls tried for its 3rd straight win. They would go to 3-1 unless they implode from here on in. This time on 3rd down, and the keeper, and about a yard shy of the first down. Now Tim McCutcheon, being that his team is down by 28, might have to roll the dice.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be curious to see what they're going to do here. I mean, do you gamble, or do you kind of just, looks like he's keeping his offense out there. So, yeah, nothing to lose really at this point.
Well, they've been running the ball
They really have,
effectively.
yes.
I mean, I don't think this is just a disguise to try to get Beaver Falls to jump.
No,
but
not at all.
You know what? Give Beaver Falls credit, and I might get myself into trouble, but last week they had a lot of nagging 5-yard penalties. They've stayed away from that this time. They do get the first down, however. They get about 1.5 yards, good enough to move the sticks, and they'll have a fresh set from the 35.
Yeah, Carnucci was, again, a lot of times tonight getting that ball and just putting his head down and showing a lot of power. So, yeah, like you said, really nothing to lose going 4th and 1, and they have been moving the ball well all night, especially on the ground. And so, getting a yard hasn't been really that hard for them. It's been the chunk yards that Mohawk hasn't been able to get.
Inside of 9 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. In the gun goes Conti. Preston, the quarterback, after the COVID situation, and he gets loose, and a shoestring tackle by Beaver Falls in the name of Deshaun Anderson saved what could have been a touchdown. It is a first down for Mohawk at their own 47.
Yeah, definitely a touchdown-saving tackle by Anderson. Just got him by the shoelace, or else he would have been gone.
Mohawk has had their opportunities. They could have had a long interception return for a touchdown, but the pass was bobbled. And right here, the nice shoestring stop by Anderson. Mohawk first down near midfield. And it'll be a keeper by Connie. Connie's driven backward. He might have gotten a yard forward progress, but a nice stop again, and that is Mr. Ashbacher. What a night he has had for Beaver Falls.
Yeah, big hit. And again, kind of the similar situation in the first half when Conti was trying to just kind of find a hole and stuttering a little bit, but he leaves himself as an open target, and Ashbacher just came through and laid a big hit on him again.
7.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Beaver Falls with a 28-0 lead. Mohawk has the ball, 2nd down and 7 at midfield. Conti. And off to the right side, but the hole closed. Looked like they had some room, but getting over there was Adamson to make the stop for Beaver Falls. Just a yard pickup. It's 3rd and 6.
And a great open field tackle, too. Just really tremendous by Adamson. So he saved a big gain, but really it was one-on-one open field and just textbook.
So what would be presumably 4-down territory for the Warriors. They have 3rd and 6 at the Tiger 49. We'll have our post game brought to you by Electric Garage Door Sales, followed by the Falcones Moon Township Ford wrap-up show to 11. And this time, the back And this ball is going to be incomplete. They're going to say that his arm was moving forward. Beaver Falls, you know, some of the folks in front of us who love to make those whistle calls think that it was a fumble, but probably the right call was made. And on 4th down, Tim McCutcheon's going to have to go for it with 6 yards to go.
And the big hit on the blitz, who else? Ashbacher coming off the right side, untouched.
Ashbacher has had a heck of a night. Don't worry, Isaiah, you're in the running for the CCBC Player of the Game. You've made an impact tonight, my friend. My goodness, has he had a night.
He really has.
This time on 4th and 6. The pump fake, and in trouble, and the sackaroo, and it's Ashbacher. Oh, he has been ridiculous. Inside the 40, Tigers take over.
Wow, he has made a statement, especially in this second half with the 2 big runs. Now at least 4, maybe 5 big defensive plays, and he has just taken over this football game.
Ashbacher may not have a lot to do with the early lead that Beaver Falls got, but boy, is he making sure that Mohawk is not coming back in this one tonight. 6:15 to go in the third, and it's 28-0, and it's literally been the Ashbacher show here in the third quarter.
I tell you what, you look at him, 6'3", 205 pounds. He's just a junior, so he's gonna really get some opportunities next year to earn himself a free college education, because he's got all the measurables.
Brickner in the gun, receivers left and right. Brickner looks, and this pass, it's caught, and that is Quadir Thomas with, I believe, his first catch of the night at the 27, and that's a first down.
Yeah, really nice play by Brickner, just a nice out pattern and right along the sideline and just move the sticks.
If Beaver Falls would get a touchdown at the extra point, it might be a quicker night for the natives in front of us, because the mercy rule would kick in. Singleton to the right. To the left is Clark. Back to throw Brickner, and his pass is caught. He's really in a groove now. This one goes to Clark, and he gets down inside the 20 near the 18.
Yeah, just a quick pass. Again, just taking the snap, and another out pattern by the receiver. Just hits him on the sideline and just picks up the yards.
2nd down and 2 for the Fallsmen. Beaver Falls lost its first 3. They seem to be headed for victory number 3 without an interruption. And the give, and it's Adamson, and Adamson's got very close to the first down. I thought he got to the stick, and he does get the first down at the 16.
Yeah, he made it right to the stick, just a handoff right up the middle, and just got exactly what he needed. But yeah, it looked like he really hit a wall once he got through there, but picked up the first down.
Beaver Falls on the move, 5:47 to go in the third quarter. They lead it 28-0. 2 touchdowns by Ashbacher, 1 by Brickner, and a 33-yard catch for a score by Kane. Thomas to the far right, the flanker right is Singleton. And to the left is Clark. And now the sideline pass, Singleton. And he's going to be brought down at the 13. Singleton, he made some splash plays last week in winning the CCBC Player of the Game award. A little quieter night for Trey, but still making a contribution or 2.
They had the big punt return to start the game.
Yeah.
Really got things rolling for Beaver Falls.
Yeah, he definitely set the tone early, and Ashbacher has certainly made the highlight reel on a number of occasions in this third period. Touchdown and an extra point will speed up the game. This time, easy touchdown run. And that's Adamson on the run for Beaver Falls, and that is good for 16 yards and the score.
Yeah, great blocking by the offensive line for Beaver Falls. Again, yeah, we talked about on the previous touchdown, the nice blocking, and again, Adamson took the handoff right off left tackle, and there was nothing but daylight, and he walks into the end zone.
And Beaver Falls on another rampage. If Kane makes the extra point, we got AAA service here. Last 3 touchdowns beginning with the letter A. Ashbacher twice, and now Adamson. And this kick is good, just inside the right upright. And that means the mercy clock will be coming in effect when we come back in a minute. It's Beaver Falls 35, Mohawk no score, here on Beaver County Radio and Trib Live Sports.
I just love my Tyler Mountain Waterman.
That's something I hear all the time. This is Stefan Sasek from Tri-State Waters. I'm the guy that is out and about delivering that Tyler Mountain 100% natural. I'm everywhere from New Brighton to Old Economy. Tri-State Waters delivers, and I'm the one driving the truck. From Beaver to Raccoon Township, I'm the waterman they love and the waterman that delivers. We even go to Poland, well, Ohio that is. If you need home or office delivery, call today and ask for Stefan, 724-774-4644.
It might be time to repair or replace that old garage door. By Barrickman, here for electric garage door sales in Monaca. Call on Robin and her team of expert installers. Dial 724-774-3200, and your door will work like a charm. Featuring CHI quality garage doors and LiftMaster garage door openers. With over 50 years of experience, Robin and her team will get it done right. Give them a call, 724-774-3200, or find them online at electricgarageDoorSales.com. And a short kickoff by Beaver Falls taken by Connie, but not much of a return, and they'll start from their own 23-yard line, the Warriors. And the last 3 possessions for Mohawk has started from their own 23. Beaver Falls leads comfortably, and the mercy clock is in effect with 3:50 to go in the third. It's 35-0. Mohawk was pressed into using Connie at quarterback because the starting quarterback in Voss was a COVID victim. And on first down, they get the running play up the gut, and that will be Junior Micko for about 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. Update from Rochester Stadium on WMBA. The Rams lead Fort Cherry 27-0. Looks like Rochester will get one in the win column again, heading to their showdown next week on Beaver County Radio against Cornell, which plays tomorrow at Burgettstown. This time it's Micko again. Micko's got close to the first down. I think, well, might not have it, might be inches shy at the 32-yard line.
Yeah, he's been impressive tonight coming off the bench for Mohawk, too. You know, the times he's carried the ball, he's had some big games.
Beaver leads Newcastle at the half, 14-0. Bobcats needing a win.
Yeah, Beaver's an interesting team this year. It's,
Yeah.
Telling how good they are.
I mean, Newcastle started strong. They were humbled by Central Valley a couple weeks ago on this very radio station, or stations, but now up the gut, and they do get the first down after a pickup of a couple, and they'll now get a fresh set at the 34 with 2:15 left in the third period.
Yeah, let's not ignore the play of Beaver Falls defense. I mean, pitching shut out, and they're really playing well.
Oh, they really are. I know that some would say, well, what would happen if Voss was the quarterback? But Beaver Falls has really played well tonight, and it's hard to believe that Voss would make that kind of a difference. It's a 35-0 game. They get the run up the gut for about 3 to the 37.
Yeah, I mean, there may be a little bit of a difference opening up the passing game for Mohawk,
Yeah.
but again, Beaver Falls offense has played awfully well too.
Yeah, Beaver Falls, I mean, the way that Ashbacher has been running, boy, I mean, you got so many weapons, you can only guard so many.
Right.
I mean, it's been a rather quiet night other than the early punt return by Singleton, but then you have Asbacher as there's a stop in the backfield, and Beaver Falls, and I believe it was Kauser who made the stop, and it was, and that's going to be a loss. That'll make it 3rd down and 9. But look at the night that, you have Thomas, he's a threat. You got Singleton, Nakai Clark, and Asbacher. And let's not forget Brickner and the line. That's given Brickner a lot of time to throw tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot of talent in this Beaver Falls team, and they're starting to hit their stride right now.
And Tyler Kane had a big touchdown catch early on. This time on 3rd down, and they don't get much, only to the 39-yard line. They're going to need 5. And what does head coach Tim McCutcheon do? And I believe he will bring in the punting unit.
Yeah, it's a little surprising at this point. I mean, there's really nothing to lose by going for it, but you would think that you're down 35, you have a running clock. Looks like he's just going to let the quarter run out as well.
Yeah, this quarter has flown. And it really hasn't had that much to do with the mercy clock either.
No,
it's just been a fast-paced 3rd quarter, and the natives in front of us are mostly happy. I don't know, there might be a Warrior fan sprinkling around, but the vast majority for the orange and black, and Beaver Falls will take a 35-0 lead into the 4th on Beaver County Radio and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
When you're a superhero, you got big responsibilities. This is the Aquaman of Beaver County, Jim Riggio from the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority. The Aquamen and Aquawomen of the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority really do look after the needs of the community, just like real superheroes. The service we provide really is super, and the dedication of our workers can only be described as heroic. We just don't always wear spandex suits and capes. This is the Aquaman of Beaver County, and I'll keep the water on for you. Click bfwater.net.
Did you ever think you would see a day when nobody showed up for the big city holiday parades or pro sports events? This is Michelle from Laughlin Insurance Agency in Rochester. If nothing else, this past year has taught us that things we never considered possible can happen and that nobody can predict the future. At the Laughlin Agency, your Penn National insurance provider, we give you the ability to protect against loss during unexpected times. Who knows what the future holds? Visit LaughlinInsAgency.com.
All right, now we have an update. Gavin Reese in communication with Malik Garrett. Same score at Rochester Stadium, 35-0, as is this one as we start the 4th quarter, and a short punt. And if Tim McCutcheon could have forecasted that, he would have went for it. That was about a 7-yard punt.
Yeah.
And Beaver Falls will get it at the 45-yard line of Mohawk.
Yeah, I think so. That again, I think they were just trying to keep it away from Trey Singleton, and he kicked it right out of bounds, just very short. So again, Beaver Falls offense is still out there, so their first offense, is still out there, so they're gonna have a chance to build on this lead.
Beaver Falls will be right back here next Friday night against Freedom. Mohawk, and they hope is the return of their quarterback, J.C. Voss. They got to play Laurel. This time the quick sideline pass, Singleton being a little sassy of not wanting to go down real quickly, and it's going to be a pickup of 4 down to the 41.
Yeah, he was pesky out there. They could not bring him down, and he was fighting for extra yards, and looked like he was going to escape a little bit, but the Mohawk defender was able to drag him down.
And I believe we have a timeout, or do we have an injury? Nonetheless, we'll take a minute break. Just over a minute gone by in the 4th. 35-0 Beaver Falls on WBVP 99.3 FM and Trib Live.
Navigating healthcare should be easy. Heritage Valley Medical Neighborhoods offer the care you need most in one convenient location. Access walk-in clinics, primary care, lab, diagnostic imaging, and other services at one of Heritage Valley's 7 medical neighborhoods. There's no need to travel far for quality health care. Find a medical neighborhood near you at heritagevalley.org. Heritage Valley and you, uniquely connected for life.
Okay, Blackhawk goes to the fourth, tied at 14.
Oh, wow.
And now a little sideline throw to Ashbacher, and for about the first time in who knows how long, they were able to bring him down. In fact, there'll be a loss on the play back to the 49 of Mohawk. They're going to need 14. Jim, Aliquippa's out of the touchdown, make it 35-13 over Chartiers Valley. But fill us in on what's just happened.
There's a lightning delay out in the Bridgeville area, so the game is delayed the third quarter for 30 minutes with the Quips leading 35-13.
No threat of lightning except Beaver Falls lightning. And this time the pass and breaking a tackle is Singleton, and he's out of bounds down to the 29-yard line.
Yeah,
that was Quadir Thomas, with the reception.
And you're really seeing what Beaver Falls is doing coming out of the locker room. They're not really going for the long passes, just a lot of these little out passes, little bubble screens, and turning them into big yards, and that's really been effective for them in the second half.
Clock continues to move, even though they went out of bounds because of the mercy clock. 9.5 minutes to go. Beaver Falls will up its record in the conference to 3-1. Mohawk will dip to 3-1, and Laurel expected to win. They were up 35-0 over New Brighton at last count. And Asbacher with the call, nothing there. For Beaver Falls to win the conference, more than likely they're going to have to keep on winning, of course, and hope that Laurel would be upset by Neshannock and maybe draw a three-way tie and then see how the Gardner points would shake out. Yeah. That would probably be their best bet, but if Laurel would beat Neshannock, it would be hard to figure Laurel coming in second to either of those teams, because Laurel has already defeated Beaver Falls.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Beaver Falls is definitely going to need some help to win a conference title.
At the 30, second down. Brickner looks. Brickner fires. Brickner touchdown, and they made that one look easy. Trey Singleton from 30 yards, and it's 41-0.
Wow, wide open, really nice play, and again, yeah, we saw Brickner a little bit earlier overthrow some wide open receivers, but he didn't miss right there. Hit him perfectly in stride as he ran into the end zone. Nice ball.
The clock is moving, but I don't think it should on an extra point. But I don't know if anyone's paying attention outside of me. So on to attempt the extra point is Kane.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see whether the officials make them fix the clock or just let it go.
And it's a high pop-up, and it is no good. It went off to the left in foul territory. We'll take a minute timeout from Beaver Falls. Now I think they have to stop the clock. Well, they keep it running. Okay, I'll let them handle that end of it. From our end, it's 41-0 Beaver Falls. Back in a minute on Beaver County Radio.
There's something for everybody this semester at CCBC. Whether you're leveling up a career or launching a new life, CCBC has got you covered. In fact, CCBC is straight to you. Your local library is now a CCBC classroom. Build career skills and earn college credit right in your backyard. Check out credit and non-credit classes starting in the near future. Click ccbc.edu/fall for more information. Right place, right time. CCBC is right where you need them this fall.
Navigating healthcare should be easy. Heritage Valley Medical Neighborhoods offer the care you need most in one convenient location. Access walk-in clinics, primary care, lab, diagnostic imaging, and other services at one of Heritage Valley's 7 medical neighborhoods. There's no need to travel far for quality health care. Find a medical neighborhood near you at heritagevalley.org. Heritage Valley and you, uniquely connected for life.
As noted, another lightning delay, this time at West Allegheny, and let's hope that we don't get one here, first and foremost, because who wants to deal with lightning? But in a game that's 41-0, you surely wouldn't want it to be delayed a half an hour waiting for it to finish.
Right, yeah, if you're Mohawk, I'm thinking, yeah, you just want to kind of get out of here healthy and, try to get to the next game.
From the 38-yard line begin the Mohawk Warriors. And this time on first down, and a very conservative call, and Tim McCutcheon senses the end is near. So Mohawks' 3-game winning streak will come to an end. Beaver Falls will extend its streak to 3.
Yeah, it looks like both teams, looks like this is Mohawk's second offense in there. Different quarterback now.
Yeah.
And a lot of fresh faces for Beaver Falls as well. Some clean jerseys.
And a big gain and close to the first down, a couple yards short at the 46.
Yeah, so it's a good opportunity for these young guys to get in there and you can get some experience, some game experience.
Trying to get the number.
The ball carrier, I think, was 22.
Yeah, trying to get the quarterback's number. And that is Justin Boston. Inserted a quarterback, not listed as a QB on the roster, but again, we can only wish the best for Mohawk. Hopefully they'll get the services of their quarterback, J.C. Voss, for their sake next week, because they got to go against the conference kingpin in Laurel.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Voss was out of the lineup tonight because he was a COVID casualty.
Right, he is really the guy that makes his offense go, and that's what they've done all season with him. So it really hurt them tonight that he wasn't in there. Boston
will keep it, go around the right side. He's got the first down. Mohawk would like to get on the board, but the clock is working against them. 4:35 and counting. 41-0 Beaver Falls. We'll announce our CCBC players of the game. Go down the Fried Transportation scoreboard. We're just past the top of the hour on 1230 WBVP. Beaver Falls, New Brighton, and 99.3 FM, along with Facebook Live and Trib Live. This time the handoff, and it's going to go inside the 45-yard line, and Jimmy Nolfi will, or Sam List, I guess. Sam List, the ball carrier, just a freshman. Beaver Falls, Freedom, last score we had, Freedom was leading 14-0 at Elwood.
3 yards on the play to the 44-yard line. 2nd and 7, Mohawk.
And they see a crease on the right side, about a yard and a half shy of the first down. Getting the call was Gino Perry, a 9th grader for these Warriors.
Yeah, like I said, I think Mohawk is just kind of, getting some guys some experience at this point, getting the starters out of there. So, again, they've got a big game next week. They've really got to get things back on track, and hopefully Voss returns for them to, again, you want your full arsenal next week.
And this time, gaping hole, first down. No problem there for the reserve running back. And that's Isaiah Woolison for the Mohawk Warriors. Clock down to 2:42. I don't know how ambitious Tim McCutcheon is to get his team into the end zone. They're at the 35 of Beaver Falls.
It's always interesting in games like this, as far as the reserve defense is in there for Beaver Falls, and games like this, and the starters they want that shutout, and they want the reserves to keep it going.
I think they jumped the count early, but no flag, and going down the left sideline was Justin Boston, and he gets down near the 10-yard line. So this would be the deepest penetration for the visitors from Bessemer tonight.
Yeah, really nice run around left end, and broke a tackle and made a spin move, and really showed some athletic ability. So see if Beaver Falls backups can hold on to this shutout.
Yeah, of course, both teams going with a lot of second-line players now, but Mohawk would like to get on the board going into its showdown, Lawrence County next week at Bessemer against Laurel, getting inside the 5, down to around the 4. And that's how far they have to go to get their first points of the game. They spot them at the 3. Minute 20 to go.
Yeah, so Mohawk, again, just, a little bit of a, coaches hate moral victories, but at least they're going to take something away from this if they can punch it in.
Mohawk, direct snap, looking for the end zone and getting in for the touchdown. And that is Boston. And Mohawk gets on the board with 52 seconds to go in the game. Of course, they're letting the clock run. Now they'll stop it with 47 seconds, and that was Boston,
yes,
right?
Yes, it was.
Okay, Boston on the 3-yard run. And Mohawk averts the shutout. And they'll try for the extra point. And the kick is up. And the kick is good. And we didn't get to see much of their fine kicker who had 4 field goals coming in, and Josh Wilkins.
Yeah, he was pretty impressive in the warm-ups, as I was arriving at the stadium, walking through the end zone down there, and he was really booting them from far away. He was an impressive kicker, but yeah, like you said, he didn't have very many opportunities tonight. That's the first time we've seen him.
Might see a kickoff and maybe a play, if that. 41-7 Beaver Falls. Got a lot of scores to go. Down the card for you from the Fry Transportation Update Desk. Rochester was winning handily, 35-0 on WNBA over Fort Cherry. That game not yet over at Rochester Stadium. So both games, which were expected to be interesting tonight, turn out not so. And again, we have to be fair to Mohawk. They had to go without their quarterback because of a COVID situation. But let's not take anything away from what Beaver Falls has been able to do. They struck early, and they have got a lot of solid performances. Their defense looked tremendous. Their first-team defense didn't give up a point. And Beaver Falls, I still think their best football is in front of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're starting to hit their stride.
Now, they're going to have to go to Neshannock in a couple of weeks, but I think they'll be ready for the test as this ball sails into the end zone. So Beaver Falls apparently will have to snap it once with 19 seconds to go.
Yeah, that's what I absolutely think of Coach Nardone. Just either do a handoff or take a knee, but yeah, get his guys out of here, get that clock running.
Well, we hope to see another team from 15010 win tomorrow. That would be on Beaver County Radio. Geneva at Grove City, 1:30 to pregame, 2 o'clock to kickoff.
And that's, Beaver Falls isn't going to run a play.
That will do it. Beaver Falls ends Mohawk's winning streak. Both teams are 3-1 in the MAC. We'll get you final maybe in our Electric Garage door sales postgame. New Brighton at Laurel. Laurel on its way to win and would be all alone in first place atop the MAC. We'll be back Robbins' team takes over the Electric Garage Door Sales postgame show. Final score, Beaver Falls 41, Mohawk 7, here on Beaver County Radio and Trib Live Sports.
How can I help my child to make positive choices?
Start with a conversation. Start making the difference.
Beaver County Parents, is your child between the ages of 10 and 14? If so, Keystone Wellness Programs is offering the Strengthening Families program in your area. This free program is designed for families to have fun together while learning ways to promote family bonding and communications. For more information about upcoming sessions near you, visit KeystoneWellnessPrograms.org, paid for with PA taxpayer dollars.
Did you ever think you would see a day when no one showed up for big city holiday parades or pro sporting events? This is Renee from Laughlin Insurance Agency in Rochester. If nothing else, this past year has taught us that things we never considered possible can happen, and that no one can predict the future. At the Laughlin Agency, your Penn National Insurance provider, we give you the ability to protect against loss during unexpected times. Visit LaughlinInsAgency.com or call us at 724-774-1230.
Believe it or not, you can celebrate an international occasion without leaving Beaver County. This is Cindy Haladio from Friendly Federal Credit Union. That's right, we are celebrating International Credit Union Day on October 21st. Come in and find out why credit unions have played such an important role in providing financial services locally and around the world. Meet me and my friendly staff. Click friendlyfcu.org or follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
One break. Are we on yet? And it's now time for our Electric Garage Door Sales postgame show. Mohawk was shorthanded. Their quarterback, J.C. Voss, unable to play because of a COVID situation. But Beaver Falls struck quickly and took a 13-0 lead. Just 2 minutes and 14 seconds into the game, and it would have been a yeoman's job, even if Voss was the play, to come back in this game. Long punt return, 68 yards by Trey Singleton, set up a 3-yard run by Jaron Brickner. Just a minute 53 into the game, Tyler Kane kicked the extra point to make it 7-0. And then a recovered fumble by Connor Palucci. And just 21 seconds after the Brickner score, Kane hauls in a 33-yard touchdown pass with 9:46 to go, and the kick was no good. It was 13-0. And then with just 24 seconds to go in the half, Isaiah Asbacher brings in a 27-yard pass. Singleton ran it in for 2. It was 21-0 at the break. Asbacher came out on both sides of the football, totally dominated. It was pretty much the Asbacher show in the third quarter. He scored on a 19-yard run with 10:44 to go in the period. And he set up his own touchdown with a 33-yard run. The extra point was good. It was 28-0. And then Quentin Adamson scores on a 16-yard run with 4:35 to go in the third. The extra point was good, 35-0. That necessitated the mercy roll clock. Singleton scores on a 30-yard pass with 8:02 to go. The kick was no good. It was 41-0. And then with second-line players, Mohawk finally gets into the end zone. Touchdown run of 3 yards by Justin Boston with just 42 seconds to go. And Wilkins with the extra point kick to make it 41-7. Jim, Beaver Falls looking good tonight.
Yeah, they really did. And again, we talked about Mohawk not having Voss, and I'm sure that made a difference, but I don't think much of a difference as far as in terms of the outcome. Beaver Falls was really hitting all cylinders. They were doing it offensively, defensively. They did it via special teams and just did a little bit of everything tonight, and just really impressive. We talked about a lot of different guys tonight, and it was, there was not one person in particular who took over this ball game. We talked about some guys earlier with some interceptions, some punt returns, doing it rushing, breaking through the air. So really just a nice team effort by Beaver Falls tonight.
Okay, so the Beaver Falls Fighting Tigers win comfortably 41-7. We got an update. Montour was leading Blackhawk 28-21. The Cougars were driving, but now they're in a lightning stoppage. So it's really hitting that end. Montour, West Allegheny, Chartiers Valley. We haven't seen any activity here, and hopefully we won't. But that's the way it stands right now, so there will be a delay. Looks like there's about 6 minutes to go in that Blackhawk game. We're going to take this time out. We'll look at the Fry Transportation scoreboard. We'll also choose our CCBC players of the game. We'll do that. And we also have a final on WNBA. Let's pass it along from the Fry Transportation Update Desk. Rochester shuts out Fort Cherry 35-0. Beaver Falls a 41-7 victory over Mohawk. We'll be back after this for Robin's team. Electric Garage Door Sales in Monaca on Beaver County Radio and Trib Live Sports. It might be time to repair or replace that old garage door. By Barrickman, here for Electric Garage Door Sales in Monaca. Call on Robin and her team of expert installers. Dial 724-774-3200, and your door will work like a charm. Featuring CHI quality garage doors and LiftMaster garage door openers. With over 50 years of experience, Robin and her team will get it done right. Give them a call, 724-774-3200, or find them online at electricgarageDoorSales.com.
Listening to live sports on the radio in Beaver County is a tradition. This is Craig Fontana from Moon Township Ford, and I ought to know. My dad, Bill Fontana, has called games for over 50 years. Beaver County people know a good call when they hear one, and the best call you can make is to buy your next new or used vehicle at Moon Township Ford. Click moontownshipford.net or visit Moon Township Ford on University Boulevard.
Balcones Moon Township Ford, where friends send friends.
In order to call the right play, you have to be able to communicate. Dental hygiene not only affects appearance and eating habits, it can also have an impact on your ability to speak clearly. Dr. C. Timothy Lip wants you to keep your teeth in the game, and he has a playbook designed for success so that you can call the right play or even call an audible. Get suited up for a win, or at least a winning smile, by joining Dr. C. Timothy Lip's team in Beaver Falls or Robinson Township. Visit lipdentistry.com.
Believe it or not, you can celebrate an international occasion without leaving Beaver County. This is Cindy Hiladio from Friendly Federal Credit Union. That's right, we are celebrating International Credit Union Day on October 21st. Come in and find out why credit unions have played such an important role in providing financial services locally and around the world. Meet me and my friendly staff. Click friendlyfcu.org or follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
It's the big game of the week, and you've got the best seat in the house. Play-by-play coverage on Beaver County Radio. Today's game is provided in part by Medic Rescue, Keystone Wellness Programs, click KeystoneWellnessPrograms.org, Drug Free Aliquippa, the law firm of Luxembourg, Garrett, Kelly & George, LGKG, and the Lockwood Insurance Agency, among others, right here on Beaver County Radio.
And our Electric Garage Door Sales postgame show continues. Beaver Falls a convincing 41-7 win over Mohawk. And on WNBA with Mike Azadian and Jason Colangelo, Rochester all over Fort Cherry, 35-0. We'll give you more scores later on in the Electric Garage Door Sales postgame. But let's announce our CCBC players of the game, and Jim Eakles.
For Mohawk, we talked about them being without their quarterback, and but Mark Conti had to come in on emergency duty, and he really played well, even though the score may not show it. But he had some big runs, had some hit some passes on the slants here and there. But again, for somebody who doesn't play that position all the time, he played a nice game, played well for them. They had a lot of kickoffs. Beaver Falls kicked off the ball a lot, and he was the one who returned them and had some big kickoff returns. So Mark Conti is going to be the winner of the award for Mohawk. For Beaver Falls, like we talked about before, there were a lot of guys. This was really a team effort, but we're going to get with Isaiah Ashbacher. 52 yards rushing and a TD, 26 yards receiving and a touchdown, and just defensively, he was all over the field. He was a dominant force defensively for Beaver Falls tonight. So Isaiah Ashbacher for the Tigers.
All right, they'll be invited to a future Coach's Corner. We do it in the studio on 7th Avenue, just downtown here in Beaver Falls, every Wednesday night at 7. Mark Conti of the Mohawk Warriors, Isaiah Ashbacher of the Beaver Falls Fighting Tigers are CCBC players of the game. And let's look at the latest scores now. It might be a while before we get some finals in. There's been some reported lightning down in the South Hills area. Some games have gotten delayed. Let's give you the finals that we have in addition to the 2 broadcasts. Central Valley really took the foot off the pedal. They were leading 42-0 at the half. It stays that way. Central Valley wins its 19th in a row, 42-0 over Keystone Oaks. And before I go any further, interesting note last week, Southern Columbia, speaking of winning streaks, was chasing Clairton's 66-game streak in Pennsylvania. But they lost to Wyomissing, the same Wyomissing that lost to Central Valley in last year's state final. And it wasn't even close. It was 41-21. Wyomissing defeated Southern Columbia, so their streak ending at 64. Central Valley extends theirs to 19, 42-0. Quaker Valley, not a final, but they were leading Hopewell 30-7. Avonworth knocks off Ambridge 36-7 at Mo Rubenstein. Laurel coast to a 42-7 win over New Brighton. That puts Laurel by its lonesome in first place in the MAC. And Southside spanks Carleton tonight, 49-14. Games in progress. Blackhawk now trailing Montour 28-21. We understand the Cougars were driving, but that game has been delayed because of lightning. Beaver was up 14-0 at the half over Newcastle. Freedom last check was 14-0, and now Olsh.
They came back to tie Union.
Olsh has tied Union 30 apiece, so that's going to be an interesting one. Couple baseball finals. Houston 9, White Sox 4. Astros lead that series 2-0. Milwaukee edges Atlanta 2-1 to take a 1-0 lead there. And I know Boston and Tampa Bay are going at it, and the Rays were leading that series 1-0. And try to get you an update on that one as we are going to be going shortly to the Falcone's Moon Township Ford wrap-up show. Red Sox lead the Rays 8-5 in the 6th. So if Boston holds on, they'll even that series at 1 apiece. And the Dodgers and San Francisco coming up later on. I guess we'll put a lid on it, Jim. Final comments. Again, Mohawk shorthanded with the quarterback out due to the COVID, but Beaver Falls looked so strong at the beginning, and it would have taken a monster effort by J.C. Voss to keep this game close tonight. I think Beaver Falls has looked good. They've won 3 in a row, and they'll try to keep it going next week as Freedom comes here to College Hill. As we're getting some rain, now we haven't seen any lightning, but our game is in the books. If we get the lightning, be careful, but nonetheless, this game is officially over. Beaver Falls wins it 41-7. And Jim with a final comment.
Well, you have to be happy with what Beaver Falls did. You look at Mohawk early on, making 2 big mistakes early on in the game, but Beaver Falls was able to capitalize on those mistakes, take control of the game early, and that's what you have to do. When a team gives you an opportunity, you don't want to squander it. Mohawk hung around a little bit. Beaver Falls was able to put that touchdown on before halftime, take the 3-score lead, and I think that was really the turning point right before halftime, and came back, just put the foot on the gas in the second half. But really, we talked about it earlier, there wasn't just that one star player tonight. Really, a lot of guys contributed, and big plays, special teams, defense. So really, Beaver Falls is really starting to hit its stride at the right point in the season.
All right, that'll do it for us. We'll try to get you more scores. I know Malik Garrett will be working on those during the Falcones Moon Township Ford wrap-up show, being joined tonight by Jason Colangelo, and we understand good news. Bruce Fry, who went through a medical procedure, had the night off, but Bruce is doing fine. Great to hear that kind of news. Hopefully Bruce can join us next week on the air as we have another slate of games for you on Beaver County Radio, WBVP, WMBA, and 99.3 FM, along with Trib Live Sports. That'll do it for us. We want to thank our cameraman and the guy with the controls. Speaking of Curtis Walsh and Gavin Reese. For Malik Garrett, Jim Equals, I'm Bob Barrickman. Final scores tonight on Beaver County Radio. On WMBA, it was Rochester 35, Fort Cherry nothing. And on WBVP here up on College Hill, WBVP and WBVP FM, 41-7, Beaver Falls over Mohawk. Coming up shortly, the Falcones Moon Township Ford wrap-up show till 11, and then the Trib Live scoreboard show till midnight. 2.5 hours more of football discussion here on Beaver County Radio and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
You're listening to high school football on Beaver County Radio. This game is being brought to you in part by Dr. C. Timothy Lip, clicklipdentistry.com, the Beaver County Career Technology Center, the community called Beaver County, Electric Garage Door Sales, and Falcones Moon Township Ford, among others. Stay right where you are because the play is coming your way next here on Beaver County Radio.